wind us up. Test, 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 test.
Go.
Yes, sir. We're officially back at it. This is Boog Nice coming at you with the Articulated Comic Book Art Podcast. This is episode 84. I'm your host, Boog Nice. I got my friends with me. Colonel Crackers, Pan Cheesy, Rick Dom. We ready. We got shit to talk about, bro. What's good, fellas? How y'all doing?
Good.
Pretty good, man. Another day in paradise.
Excellent.
You already know.
Fabio says he's 3 mimosas in. I'm about to crack open this wine.
Little saucy Sunday.
It's Sunday, baby. We're brunching.
Saucy Sunday, baby. Let's do it. So what's good? How was everybody's week?
Everybody's week is great. Mine was good. How about y'all?
That was all right.
Yeah, pretty solid. I don't think I really got anything new, but I probably just opened up some stuff that I've been keeping on ice for a minute. Finally opened up that Defenders box set from SDCC. Pretty nice. I mean, obviously it's the only way you're going to get that Iron Fist right now. Not that it matters anymore because the show's canceled, but on the plus side, the Defenders like set itself, like the box, you can take out all the plastic bubbles on it if you just do a little clipping on the back and take off some tape, and you can actually use that as a pretty solid set. So save yourself some money buying an Extreme Sets Subway and just put that in your subway station, I guess.
Yeah, I still got to get that Defender set myself. Actually, I want the Danny so I can have a Tony Stark and sneakers.
Mm-hmm. You know, actually, now that you remind me, I just got the Tony Stark Iron Man 1 2-pack from Walmart that has the Mark 1 and then like the new Tony Stark with the face print. Mm-hmm. Really nice. He was on sale on Walmart.com for like $25, so $5 more than single carded retail price. You get 2 figures plus a brand new face printed Tony Stark. Not a bad deal.
I forgot about that one. I was actually thinking.
I think it might have gone up, but in store it might still be on sale.
Yeah, I forgot about that actual Tony Stark head. I was thinking about the Invincible Iron Man with the comic Tony Stark head. But yeah, it could go either way, no doubt.
But, yeah, I think I was gonna do that, but this face print stuff is just like.
What's it like?
Suspense.
Oh shit!
Yeah, I guess it was really good.
Yeah,
he passed out.
Speechless.
It cut out for a sec. What'd you say?
Yeah.
You were talking about the head sculpt and then you just ghosted.
What? No, I'm here.
We thought the mimosa hit you real hard.
No, it's more like I'm hitting the mimosas hard.
Quick question, guys: is the room spinning or is it me? I don't. Does anybody know what's going on?
Anyway, just get the Tony Stark if you get a chance. It's good.
What'd you guys get this past week?
I'll go real quick. I got a bunch of stuff this week. Actually, as a matter of fact, I got first of all, I got all my Mythic Legion stuff in, and yeah.
Ooh, nice. I
know we were talking about that last week, Bug. Yo, these things are the truth, for real.
Yeah, you know what? I was talking to Danny. Shout out to my man Danny LeBlanc. I was talking to him this past week, and he was like, "Man, these things are really, really nice." I still have mine on my pile of loot. I didn't ship mine yet, but yeah, he was definitely fawning over them as well.
Yeah, like
you didn't get them through the Kickstarter?
No, this will be my first taste of Mythic Legions when I ship these from my pile of loot, basically.
Okay.
Yeah, they're really good. I got 4 of the goblins that are in like that black metallic armor.
Mm-hmm. And that's what I got too.
And then I got the other one that's in that like silver armor ish. And then I got that female knight that like the deluxe one that comes with like a bunch of different like weapons and then alternate heads and some alternate armors as well. Yo, these things are great. Like the general consensus of these is like the detail and like the lore and the sculpt and stuff is like really just 10s across the board, and then for that you sacrifice some articulation, but for what it is, like the articulation is great as well.
Danny was telling me that they're really modular too. You can mix and match a lot of parts and shit like that too.
100%, man, no doubt.
Yeah. I'm sure that.
Yeah, that was my main attraction to the line. It's kind of like articulated icons where you can like swap out different parts and create your own characters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's crazy, dude. Like all they really kept that in mind. I would assume for this. So I've been doing a lot of research on this as well. In the same lane as trying to find more of these mythic legions to buy, and like apparently this new one is like their 2.0 line where they went over they updated a bunch of different stuff, and a lot of modular stuff is in mind now too. Like all these orcs and like basically if it's a race of
You gotta mute yourself, Fabian.
Oh, my bad.
if it's like a race of characters coming out, like if it's knights or if it's goblins and stuff, you can pretty much just expect their whole line to be modular, and it's really cool. And a lot of stuff interchanges between races too. One of the coolest things I saw is like some of the like these big ass mallets that some of these dudes come with. Like an orc comes with this mallet, but you can like take the pieces of the mallet are modular, so they can either have like a hammer head or like a blade head and stuff. So it's really cool, and they're like pegs in the back. So the back has like 3 main pegs, the 2 on top and 1 in the middle, and the 2 on top are for modular like shoulder pieces, and the 1 in the back is for like if you want to mount swords, or if you want to do like they're coming out with wings later on next year and stuff. So it's a lot of really tight stuff, man. I went ahead and I got an orc as well just today. I found a pretty good deal, a little bit over like retail.
Yeah, I was about to ask you what's a pretty good deal for that, because those shits are expensive.
I got it for 60.
That's not terrible, actually.
Yeah, it's not bad considering all the other ones I saw were around like 80 to 100.
100, yeah, pretty much.
And it was missing a weapon, but it's a weapon that comes with another one anyway, so it really wasn't any skin off my bones, honestly. I'm pretty stoked on that. Aside from that, I got in that same pile of loot, I got my Mecha Godzilla, the one that just recently came out from Bluefin here. The newer design one, not the older like 60s Toei stuff, but like the newer one, which is pretty tight. I really enjoy it. I got that second figure that came out in that Fortnite wave, like the Skull Troopers. I see a lot of dudes in the community are grabbing that. Like a bunch of dudes were grabbing that one. So I picked one up as well. And that one's pretty good too. I enjoy it. Although this whole line is just like such a sleeper. Like out of nowhere, this line just came out of nowhere and it's looking good. So pretty excited about that. I got a spider ham, and with that bath head, the Venom version of the pig dude. I'm the worst. I don't even know what it is called.
You did it now. You did it now.
But I got that, and
I actually sent out one of those to somebody. I had did a raffle for one of those on my Instagram. Shout out to whoever that was that won it. I forgot, but you should have it by now.
Nice. I got that mainly because I know we talked about it on the podcast when these were probably revealed, but somebody mentioned like, yo, put it on an Android body and like it just prints money, and it does. It looks so good on an Android body.
You have the money in hand now.
It's crazy. Like like I put it on the first Amazing Spider-Man Android body, and it was okay, but the colors were a little off, so I opted for like a Homecoming Spider-Man Android body. But like, yo, that figure is mad expensive now. It's crazy. It's like almost a bill. It's nuts, and I'm like, I'm not paying that for a body I'm gonna use for an Android. So I hit up the black market. Night psych. I just bought a bootleg off of eBay.
You know what? Spider-Man is $100.
It's crazy.
Yeah, those Nendroids get overpriced real quick.
It's nuts, man. I couldn't believe it. Like, I remember.
Man, why don't any of my Nendroids go for money? I'm trying to sell these shits.
Yo, word, dude. Like when I first got into Nendroids, these things were like $30, like $50. Like I remember looking at Nendroids and like $50. That's why. But like now, that's
yeah. Well, you know how Boog drives the price up on old legends when he, does some kind of crazy mod with a new legend? It's the same thing, but with like Indonesian toy photographers.
That's true.
They're driving up the price on these Nendroids.
Bro, somebody in the chat that knows anybody in Indonesia, tell them that I got the Nendroids they're looking for.
That's it. And yeah, that's basically it for me. Rick, what's going on with you?
But before I continue, I want to let the viewers know that We don't know what's going on with YouTube right now. It's just like it must be like half down right now. I don't know if anybody on the panel knows, but YouTube is just like besides the video cutout, you can't see anything on the site. That's also on mobile.
You know what? That happened a couple weeks ago too, and it was down for maybe like I don't know, maybe like a half hour or some shit.
I don't know why that is. I don't know. Periodically keep refreshing. Maybe it'll come back. Todd just messaged me earlier too. He couldn't see the chat. It's I don't know. YouTube's buggy right now, but you know we're live. You could totally see it if you click any of the links, or if you're on Book's channel, it comes up. You just chat's not working and like all the sidebars not working, but we're here.
We're not going anywhere. It's like
exactly. Like $100 Nando's. We're here to stay. Thankfully I got the Gamerverse Spider-Man and one of your Ultimate Auras. Thank you, Pancho, for that. That was incredible.
Oh shit, yeah.
You know, I haven't even really been paying attention, but does the Gamerverse Spider-Man come with the extra hands and stuff, or is it like some you stuck with like
hands?
Yeah, here's the thing though. He comes with extra hands, but he only has flipping hands and closed fists, and yet he comes with web effects that he can't even hang on to.
Yeah,
No grips.
You have to wrap them around his fists.
Yeah.
It can be finagled, but it's not the best.
Gotcha.
Yeah, definitely not. It's a nice looking Spider-Man though. I mean, it's just a repaint. There's no like sculpted detail on it, but it looks good. It's vibrant.
I was going around to like GameStops, and they're just like in the weirdest situation right now. Like every GameStop gets only like 1 or 2 figures from the vintage wave, and that's it. Like they don't get the whole case. Like it's so strange. The one by me, I remember I said last week, the guy was like really hurt that they didn't get Black Panther, and they only got 2 Visions apparently. And yesterday I went to a GameStop like 40 miles away just because I was in the area, and there was only like 5 Black Panthers.
That's so funny because I was at the comic shop at Universal Studios City Walk, and every other place I've seen the new wave of vintage Legends, all they have left on the pegs is Black Panther and Scarlet Spider. I go to this comic shop and
he's building it up. He wants to get us. He wants to get us into it.
He's building the suspense, no doubt.
And then.
Is that better? Y'all hear me?
Yeah. You know. So
Yeah. So they didn't have anything except for the stuff that I could only find elsewhere. So they had a lot of Hawkeye, a lot of Wasp and Ant-Man and Vision, but they didn't have any Black Panther or Scarlet Spider.
Racist.
Seriously. They know their crowd.
Okay, for Todd just said that it's come back now, so if anybody wants to refresh and have the chat work for them, do so now. Boom.
Yeah, we want to hear from you.
It is back. We want to see your word.
Your commenting drives this show.
Yeah, exactly. Sometimes some shit. Sometimes it goes over our head and we're like, oh damn, this guy just said that. Oh yeah, this movie with this thing. It's there.
Make no mistake, we are wrong all the time. We need you to correct us.
We are wrong 70% at least of the time.
Oh yeah, that's generous.
Yeah, I'm giving ourselves a little leeway,
a little wiggle room.
Yeah.
What was your about to say?
What happened?
No, I thought Pancho was about to say something a few moments ago.
I was saying, well, what were you getting this week, Bug?
I got my. I finally got my one of my Palaloots from BBTS. So I got. It was just a bunch of shit that I actually already had that I just sold and was waiting for my shit to come, basically. But I got Boma, which I didn't open yet.
Okay.
I got the last figure that I needed to complete my Star Wars Black Series Bounty Hunter crew, and I've been trying to put together something all day with them, and then my daughter just knocked over the entire thing a few minutes ago. So
beautiful.
Man,
no wonder Boog was muted for a second. He had to put open up a little can of whoop ass and then come back on. Okay, man, I'm back.
So I got that, and then I got what's this big bitch name from the Black Order?
Proxima Midnight?
Yes. I finally got her, which I just never got. I don't know why. But
that's a huge bit.
Pretty much. I got her obviously because Hasbro teased the rest of the members, so I'm not going to snooze on her now. And then I
Mhm.
got my Mezco Doctor Strange back, and I got the American release of the SH Figure Arts Avengers Infinity War Black Widow, which comes with the gray explosion effects. And I got my Ant-Man and Ant Deluxe, excuse me, Deluxe box set back again. And then they had Bishop popped up on Amazon Prime this week, real quick, for $20. So I got an extra Bishop, and I'll just keep that on ice. And I think there was one more thing I got. I got Zuckus. Shout out to my man Diego Carlo. Diego Carlo hooked me up with Zuckus.
What a name, Zuckus.
Word. But yeah, I got all down here. And yeah, man, that was it. That was my week. I feel like I got one other thing maybe, but I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, move on, y'all.
I just remembered that I got two more things. One of which actually kind of upset me. I mean, it was a good figure, but that new Black Manta, everybody was acting like that's becoming a Jesus. Yo, man, you gotta get this fucking figure, man. The figure's all right. I mean, there's so much limiting articulation. Like it has an ankle rocker and it has an ab crunch, but like that ab crunch it moves as much as a female ab crunch does with Marvel Legends. It's terrible. Like I was super hyped when I saw it on the shelves. I was like, sick, Black Manta. Everybody's acting like this thing is the shit. Like I can't wait. I opened it up and it was just like, wow, who is hyping this up? What's happening? What blind man said this was some amazing, incredible figure?
Really? You didn't like it?
It's a real low bar.
It's all right.
I haven't seen it in person, but the pictures that I saw of it all look pretty good.
Aesthetically, it looks really nice. It looks like a fantastic figure, and I mean, it looks like it has the joints, which like the arms and the legs are fine, but like that ab crunch is pitiful. Like Legends move just a little bit better. That's how bad it is. And there's the ankle rocker is like there, but it doesn't really work. Like it's a good figure. I'm not mad that I bought it, but I was ready for like some shit, man. I was ready for some McFarlane Fortnite figure, you know? That is not what I got. Which, by the way, I did get that McFarlane Fortnite figure, and it's fantastic. I just wanted to get a feel for the line.
Which one, the Cuddle Team or the Scully guy?
The Cuddle Team. I just want to get a feel for the line because I can't find that Skull guy, which I want to army build just like everybody else. I can't find that guy.
Man, I saw somebody post a photo of a Frankenstein seller that was trying to sell the Scully guy for like $75.
Yeah.
And he's like, hottest fucking figure of the season. This is like the one your kids want.
Not out till next year.
Right, exactly. It's a 2019 release. In hand now.
Yeah.
When I was at the GameStop, it was funny. I picked up the last Cuddle Leader that was on the shelf, and like the employees made the biggest deal of it. Oh my god, dude, did somebody buy that Cuddle Leader? Oh my god, they're probably gonna resell it. Man. And I was just standing right there with it in my hands, and eventually they just wouldn't shut up. I was like, dude, I'm the one that got it.
You're talking about me.
Somebody bought it to resell. I told you, man. I told you we should have put it to the side. We should have still tried to resell it. It was crazy. Like the conversation that we're having openly inside that GameStop.
I played that game one time. My daughter's actually playing the game right this moment.
Crazy.
bet you if anybody bet her she could do any dance from that damn game.
Of course.
Bug, I guarantee you, if you were to do a little stream with your daughter on your YouTube channel playing Fortnite, it would be your most viewed video instantly.
Oh my god.
Of all time.
My daughter play Fortnite and I dominate?
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Twiddling my mustache like a villain right now, thinking about
that.
Yeah, what you do, Bug, is you review those figures with your daughter. Period.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Makes sense.
You really want to get the clickbait going because your daughter's...
That's it.
My daughter's name is Kendall Jenner?
9 years old. Man, shit in the title.
Is my daughter really named after Kendall Jenner of the Kardashians? Find out in this video. She's not. But find out in this video.
For sure, 100%. Yo, speaking of getting things in hand, I forgot to mention I got that demonical fit head, the five head.
Yeah,
that's right.
The silver joint.
That's it. It's Yeah, I don't know what it is.
What's that transformation again? The
Ultra Instinct, baby.
Ultra Instinct, right? Look at me knowing stuff.
That's it. Whoa. Someone's fucking with the timeline.
Word up.
I listen.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, in hand, the more I don't know if it's the more I look at it, the more like it just grows on me, just like the forehead is growing on him. It's just like I don't know, like it's fine-ish in hand. I want to take like a heat gun to it or a blow dryer, and like there's room to like press his bangs down so they're not like it's sculpted like his bangs and his hair is like flowing upwards. And I think that's what creates the illusion that this guy's head is fucking enormous. So his forehead is just huge. And I think if I take a heat gun to it and I just press these down, it'll look a little better. I did some faceplate swaps with like Saiyan Raised on Earth Goku. I did like a very, very, very crude makeshift, custom Ultra Instinct head. I just took a heat gun to it and I bent his like hair spikes to look more like Ultra Instinct, and that worked out pretty well. But I took that faceplate. I remember I painted the eyes on that one. I took that faceplate and put it on this, and it looks good too. So, I mean, a lot of people who have alternate, what do you call it, like hair sculpts for Ultra Instinct, whether it be from whichever customizer like capitalized on it pretty early when it was debuting. I know a lot of different customizers were putting out Ultra Instinct hair sculpts, but they weren't doing faceplate like paintings or anything like that. So you were in charge of like painting your own faceplate. A lot of guys are picking this headset up just for the faceplates because the printing technology on this is like, it's on par with SH Figure Arts. It's like so sharp, and it looks really good. So, yeah, if you're into if you're into just learning to love things, then yeah, pick it up. Sure.
Learn to love it.
That's it.
All right, so good pickups. Anybody in the chat get anything spectacular they want to let us know about while we go into the first topic on the docket?
Oh yeah,
that's right.
We're getting the
sure,
right out of
sure
the way.
People have picked up stuff that we didn't, so we'd like to hear about it.
Yeah, let us know what's up.
Pop it in chat. For those of you who don't know, we're trying something new this week. Chat is being displayed actually on the podcast. So if you have something to say, whether it be figures or whatever, just
that's right.
Yeah.
And if you remember from a few weeks back, we're not really doing the Q&A at the end in favor of doing the live critique and everything. So any Q&A we get, we'll probably do along the way. So if you got a relevant question to the topic, shoot it out and we'll try to get to it.
No doubt.
SH Figure Arts Infinity War Hulk looks incredible, Israel.
Yes, it does.
Oh, yeah, that looks crazy. Even I'm impressed.
I was literally just looking at Stevie posted some pictures that he shared in PNP. I've been looking at it all week because somebody else had got it early too. I guess somebody in the Philippines. But yeah, it looks really fucking good, man. Looks good.
Unreal.
Man, that haircut.
That's it. He got the tape up and everything. So
yeah,
man, he's all tapered up, man. He's clean. That hairline looking fine.
Yeah, the fucking head sculpt is shitting on every other head sculpt. That's literally for sure.
Mm-hmm.
That Hulk is walking
even the skin tone.
Yeah.
That Hulk is walking through the hood with the haircut, giving everybody the side eye, like, yeah, you see the cut.
When I want to share some of these comparisons and pictures and shit.
Yeah, let's go. I got some. Let's see.
I have zero screen in front of me, therefore I cannot share one.
R.I.P. Fabio's computer for now.
Probably the best import Hulk that we've received ever, no question.
Yeah, way better than that Figma. That Figma was terrible.
Well, actually, the Figma was probably the best up until now, honestly. I still kind of dig the look of the Figma and the size of the Figma, but
I'm probably thinking the old SHF one that looked like Asian or something.
Yeah,
that one is rough.
Yeah, that's the one I'm thinking of.
Yeah, that one's really, really.
The lime green machine.
Yeah,
lime green machine.
The lima bean machine.
That's it.
Lima bean machine.
It's not even in the comparisons. That's
no,
how
it sure isn't.
There's not a single picture in comparison.
No, it's in these comparisons here somewhere. For sure.
I saw one. Yeah.
Yeah, I just have this one pulled up. I just have this picture just specifically pulled up, but I'm gonna look for the whole post real quick.
Yeah, you can see the Figma one is not that. Figma one wasn't horrible. The face looked a little sunken in. It looked a little strange. But yeah, even he's definitely shitting on the Legends version of the same, movie and stuff. Probably the only thing else that they could have did was maybe like, well, then again, he didn't really have the tapered pants. I guess these were supposed to be more fitted for his size or something. I don't know. I don't know what's going on there. Maybe they could have tapered the pants at the bottom and put some little like rips on it because they look very fitted there. But yeah, he looks.
That Hulk is the fucking move, man.
Yeah, he looks good though. Very good. Makes you want them to do a classic comic Hulk. You know what I'm saying?
Leave it to Mayfex, man.
Yeah.
Out here.
Yeah, that's true.
I even think about that, but yeah, I don't see
that
happen.
I was just thinking I might get this Hulk as my Mezco Hulk, but Mayfex actually scales better with Mezco, so I might hold out.
Oh yeah, you're making moves.
This Hulk is the shit. Look at this.
I've already decided I'm getting the Mayfex Flash because I'm pretty sure they're not going to come out with the Mezco one.
What Mayfex Flash? The movie shit?
Yeah.
It's good. Okay. It's so good.
I think that the Mezco Flash is going to fall under the Nightmare Batman situation where it's like, well, no one really wants this, so we're not going to release it. Everyone's going to go, but we actually do want it, and then it's going to be an exclusive.
Well, shout out to anybody who stuck with it. I gave up on I stopped after Batman and Wonder Woman from the Justice League movie, and I was doing it with SH Figure Arts, but it turns out Mayfex obviously had the better sculpts and size. Yeah, likeness.
I stopped at Flash myself. I had pardon me, I had a Cyborg in my pile of loot, and I'm like, $90 for this?
Right. Yeah, man. Yeah. I think David, Psycho Ninja got the whole squad. I saw a few people that had the whole team.
They look good together. It's just that
they do. But I gotta love the movie for me to go that far.
100%, yeah. And especially like my mindset was like they're so fragmented and like the future of this franchise with these actors is so up in the air. I would hate to complete this whole team and then next year they're like got new actors. I'm like, no.
Pretty much, and that seems like that's going to be the case. So yeah, I'm good on that. But they do look good, and
real quick to that point, that's actually the reason I do want to complete the team, so I can kind of like freeze the moment in time when that was the complete team, and then you build the new team next to it.
Very true.
I feel you.
Just madness.
Well, yeah, here's one full size comparison with some Legends mixed in with the SHF, so you can see he scales really nicely with the Legends too. And looks like the Figure Arts Mark 50 Iron Man, I guess that is, but that looks like a custom head on there.
Yeah.
That dude looks like he's been lifting. That Iron Man is bulky.
In the gym. There we go. Yeah, here's that Age of Ultron Hulk that was just a mess.
Look at that.
Oh man.
Hell, someone's hitting compressed air.
What is happening?
Yeah, this Hulk looks great. I literally can't wait for this to come. Like I'm with all these Infinity War SH Figure Arts, I just opted for like Big Bad Toy Store stuff, but like it's a vicious circle because every single time someone gets it like from a Japanese retailer, I'm like, fuck man, I shouldn't have waited for the Bluefin release. I want it now.
All I'm saying is finally we have a Hulk with prominent nipples.
That's it.
Here we go.
You heard it here first.
Tommy nips are top priority. When that figure comes out, I'm gonna take it to the barbershop. I'm gonna be like, "Yo, give me this."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, he's tapered up nice.
Give me this.
Take this to the local Supercuts, and I'm gonna be like, "Hey, Maria, give me this."
Fucking Supercuts.
What's the going price on that Hulk, though?
I think it's 80. It's either I think it's 70 overseas, and by the time it gets here, it'll be 80, I believe. Someone in chat said they just got it for 66 shipped.
I was just asking because I saw that.
That's crazy.
On deepdiscount.com, this isn't real.
Is that like the deep web at all?
Oh my god!
The
screen name to post ratio makes perfect sense.
Am I getting this Hulk on the Silk Road at a discount?
Yeah, it's Silk Road. Jesus Christ.
Name is JK.
pulling
You
out all the
lying to us,
stuff.
JK?
It was on sale.
On deepdiscount.com.
Says he. Hey, you never know.
I
Stranger things
promise
have
you.
happened.
That's a promise, signed, sealed, delivered from JK
I
himself.
promise you. There we go. Hell yeah. Is that it for Marvel stuff? I put this stuff up here for Hulk, so I think that's really it. No,
we had
Miles.
the Revoltech Iron Man.
Shit, we sure did. Yeah, let's pop in here. Yo, this thing
Mhm.
looks spicy.
Look at that. Boom! Look at that. Boom, boom.
So this is Amazing Yamaguchi, right? Same.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's been a minute since we got their Avengers line. You know, the last one was a big Brolic Cap. You know, now we're back with this guy.
Mm-hmm. What armor is this they trying to do here? Is this,
I have no idea.
I think this is this is from the comic. It's like I mean, but I don't know which one. I think I remember someone specifically saying, "Thank God they're not doing MCU stuff." Like, okay.
Someone in the chat says it's bleeding edge armor.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Bleeding edge.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's that opening is kind of throwing off like what we could tell it looked like.
I think that like his like gauntlets opening up to that is like so sick.
Yeah.
I would have never thought of that in a million years.
Yeah, that's pretty dope. I mean, if you've been collecting this line, you're definitely not going to pass up on this one. It looks great.
No, absolutely not. This is you would almost assume that this would be their flagship right here. Like everybody knows Iron Man.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Next to Spider-Man, everybody knows Iron Man, so they're
Right.
probably gonna go all out with this one, 100%.
Kind of weird that this didn't come sooner, right?
Mm.
Yeah, 100. Yeah, you're right.
Well, I feel like Iron Man's one of those characters they could do anytime; it'll still sell.
Very true.
They don't have to ride any particular wave.
Yeah.
Venom and Spider-Man, I guess they had to get him out
And
early.
You know now that means we're gonna get 7 more Iron Man.
Yeah,
Repaints incoming.
that's
No
it.
doubt.
These guys have just written checks for like the next 7 years.
They're gonna do it like Mezco. It's gonna be the same sculpt, but they're gonna call one the Marvel Now. They're gonna call one the Classic. They're gonna call one the Stealth. Whatever.
You already know. Yeah, this looks good, and it's in line with everything they've been doing in the line, so makes sense.
I feel like this particular character works well for this, highly articulated kind of wonky joint system because it's got kind of a mechanical look to it. So some of that gappage might be a little more forgivable.
Yeah, you can see that for sure.
Shit, even if you want to do some funky things and stick some wiring and shit in there, and I don't know, or pull us apart and have them kind of have a Tony Stark just kind of working on the armor. It'll work.
Yeah.
All of these joints are removable. You got a lot of options, a lot of display.
That's a
options.
great idea.
So,
And while we're talking about Amazing Yamaguchi, they're doing another version of that Venom, but it's it's like a clear, smoky, black plastic.
No shit.
are they?
Yeah.
The same one that they released just in a kind of like stealth mode type thing.
Yeah, instead of that kind of like metallic blue they went for, it looks black under like lighting or under, not harsh lighting, but when you put lighting to it, you can kind of see through the plastic.
Damn,
So it's almost like a smoky translucent.
Yeah, light piping and throughout an entire figure. That's dope.
Yeah. And I think it works well. I mean, in terms of the symbiote, it kind of gives it a more liquid look, I guess.
Yeah. That's a good point for sure.
So I like it. I think it looks better than the original, but that said, I don't like this line, so I'm out.
Whoa.
Oh damn! He even took it off the hook. You hear that?
What happened, man? Did a fucking swarm of locusts kill you?
Yeah.
He dropped the mic, baby. He
My
dropped the
bad, I
mic.
got a phone call.
Guy had everything happen to him in the first half hour of this episode.
Yeah. Well,
Dude, this is what happens when my computer just up and shits itself randomly.
Biblical shit happening. Crazy. All right, moving along. What else we got?
that Miles drop too. Let me pull up a picture of that Miles real quick. Are you fucking? Let's see. I got it right. Well, while I pull it up, what were your first thoughts on that Miles Morales?
What were we talking about? The Marvel Legends, right?
No, the Mayfax. Here we go.
Okay, I forgot about this. I thought he looked really blocky. I didn't like the look, but
Nope.
Yeah, but the thing is he's adult Miles Morales apparently.
Yeah, that's what I saw.
From the Gwenpool comics.
Right, which makes sense because apparently the evil Gwenpool and adult Miles Morales faced off in this comic book, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, that's where they're pulling all this stuff from.
Okay, so Mafex is still in line. It's still in tune with their sort of comic-based line, and I guess that makes me feel a little better about this Miles. But
They're keeping it all the way 100.
yeah, keeping it 100,
They're
but
authentic as shit.
it definitely makes me feel
questionable
better.
sources.
It makes me feel better, but I want to see what happens with all of the hands and heads and stuff like that. That'll probably sell me a little bit more. But when I first saw it, I did not like it at all, though. I did not, because obviously we're thinking Kid Mouse. So
I'm the only dude on the block that saw this thing and fucking.
Yeah, you stuck to your guns. I'll give you that.
I threw my money at the screen as soon as I seen it, and it didn't work. I was trying to swipe my debit card on my keyboard. It wasn't happening.
Big Papa Pump Miles Morales.
Pump for all his freaks out there. For anybody that doesn't know, Big Papa Pump specifically asked for his freaks to come out.
I don't know if it's just this picture, but the colors look really muted and shit here too. So that kind of threw me off a bit too.
I think.
Oh yeah, this lighting is really bad.
Yeah, the lighting is pretty bad.
That shit looks like it's like vomit colored. It's not red at all.
It's rough. It's rough for sure. What I'm hoping is like I think that they looked at their options and they're all like, all right, we're doing this Gwenpool. We can do an evil version of this Gwenpool on the same buck. And then, oh shit, here's Miles Morales in this same comic. Let's do that. And then maybe we can like save like the head or whatever, maybe some of the hands, and just do like a kid and then knock out an Ultimate Spider-Man with the same body too. So I mean, I don't know. That's where my mind's at. Where they're like,
no doubt. I'm sure they're thinking in that same vein. No question.
No question. This body doesn't look like anything is sculpted besides the head. So if that is the case, then this can be reused for like a plethora of characters.
Yeah.
No
Body mold in general is just it's a perfect looking size.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this could just be like your basic buck for any suited characters. Just one suit, no like real piping or anything on it. It could really be. We could potentially be seeing this a lot more down the line.
Yeah,
it looks good. So
head's a little small, but
people were calling him Peanut Head all week.
Really? I think if his head was any bigger, he'd look Bobblehead Jones.
Yeah, I don't feel like it looks really small, but I mean, I guess it's just because the shoulders are really broad, the chest is broad, you know. But
I think the Peanut Head thing was coming from when people still didn't realize that it was adult Miles, also, because I think it was like a couple of days until either someone said it or it was pointed out, like, oh shit, this is adult Miles. Okay.
It was Dallas James that showed like a page from the comic that was like, well, guess nobody knows.
It's from one of the Gwenpool comics. So is this supposed to go with that evil Gwenpool and the regular Gwenpool?
Yeah, well, while you were gone, Poncho put up the pictures of him in the Gwenpool comic.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Boom. Here we go. For your eyes only, Fabio.
Back at it again, baby.
I'm just looking at the chat. Pulpo L says, Big Papa Pup Miles Morales.
Yeah. He's looking for all his freaks out there.
Right.
All his freaks. The big bad booty daddy.
Now, normally, you would have a 50% chance, but against a genetic freak like him, you got a 25% chance at best.
Because he's not normal.
Because he's not normal. And Kurt Angle knows he can't beat him, so he's not even going to try.
He's not even going to try. You fat ass.
Hell yeah, dude. All right. You guys want to move on real quick?
Yeah.
Hold on. Before we move on, this Miles is great.
All right.
Great Miles.
That's it. Quick segue from Marvel. Let's go. Let's pop to the top of the list. Talk about Stan the Man Lee, original Marvel legend.
The Marvel legend. That's right.
That's it.
So yeah, this past week we lost the man, the myth, Stan Lee. Rest in peace to Stan Lee. He was 95 years old. A long, illustrious life. So obviously everybody's timeline was flooded with Stan Lee tributes and stories and this. And I mean, literally like every post on my timeline, on every social media was about Stan Lee. I mean, obviously, I follow a lot of comic book people and toy collectors and shit like that. But yeah, you guys want to share any personal stories like meeting Stan? Have you guys any of you guys actually met Stan?
Hell yeah.
before?
Yeah, Rick,
Hell
you
yeah.
go first.
Yeah, I
I
think
got
you
a
have the best
great-
story, Rick.
I got a great story for meeting Stan Lee. So my comic book shop close to me, the owner has the same lawyer as Stan Lee, and because of that, they've just always been friends. Like whenever the lawyer has like holiday parties or whatnot, they're just both always together, and he eventually became good friends with Stan Lee because of that. Since the 80s, apparently Stan Lee has had the same lawyer as this guy, so they just steadily throughout all these years became friends. You know, you do that shit now, ain't nobody gonna become friends over their lawyer. And so he got Stan Lee to come to a comic shop. Like, that shit doesn't happen. When do you hear about Stan Lee coming to a comic book shop? That doesn't work. So he did show up to the comic book shop, and my only ride at the time, it was during a fucking weekday, I'll never forget. My only ride was my friend who was like, "Hey man, I got work at like 4 p.m. and the signing starts at 11. Like, we got to be the first ones in line because I'm not going to be waiting in hours in line because it was so cheap to meet him. It was only $30.
Wow.
Because,
what
like
year
I
is
said,
this?
he's a good friend. He's a good friend of the guy, so he wasn't charging much. And not just that, but that $30 got you a Stan Lee T-shirt. It was the one where his Stan Lee's face is an amalgam of a bunch of characters.
Mm.
So it was actually a dope ass shirt.
Yeah, that was
And,
dope. I remember that one. Yeah.
It was wild. I remember David Walton. I don't know if anybody knows this. David Walton lives very close to me, and he was pissed when he found out because of he could have gone there for $35 and gotten a signature too. It was so simple, and so we got there at fucking 4 a.m. because we wanted to be first. And sure enough, at first we thought we were idiots. It was 5 a.m. We were like, damn, dude, we should have just fucking stayed at home. And then 6 a.m. rolled along, and like 50 people showed up. Everybody had the same idea. They just wanted to be first.
Mm-hmm.
Especially because there was no photos allowed. Because they knew they said that they sold like 2,000 tickets. So they knew that there was going to be absolutely no time for pictures because he only had from 11 to 6 p.m. He wasn't going to go on any later, and the line was insane. And so we're out there, and dude pulls up in like the craziest limousine you've ever seen in your life. It was like a bright red limousine. and the dude, yeah, some real pimp shit. The dude walks out with his daughter, and they're like walking to like the back of the store, thinking that we didn't see a red limousine pull up. Like, they walk to the back of the store, and then they finally turn on the lights to the store and let down the blinds that's in the front door, and it's him standing there like with his arms wide open, and he comes out and gives us all a speech. Hello, true believers. And like, he's such an old guy at that time. It wasn't that long ago. It was like 6 years ago. Like, you could barely hear him speak.
Mm-hmm.
And like, everybody behind me is just cheering. So we were like pretty much the only like the 5-6 people in front could hear what he was saying. He was just giving us like a nice little speech. And then when we got in, because I've been going to that comic shop my entire life since I was a kid, I asked the store owner who I know, I was like, hey man, we're first. Can you let us take a picture with Stan because we're first? And he's like, yeah, but make it quick. I'll let him know that only you two get pictures because you guys were first.
Mm.
And so we took pictures with this guy, and I got the longest time with Stan, and I had him sign my Professor Xavier Cerebro helmet that they did probably like in the early 2000s.
Nice.
And I specifically asked him, I was like, Stan, have you ever signed one of these? He's like, no, I didn't even know we made this. Where's my check? And he's looking around, where's my check for this? I didn't sign off on this. We're just all laughing. We were all laughing because he was just totally making fun of like the fact like people don't tell me I'm making money. It's ridiculous. And he's just fucking around, and so he signs the helmet, and there's like I didn't know at the time. I only found out later, and I felt like an absolute dick. You can see in the picture of Stan Lee that I have on Instagram, there's like a whole row of like comic book artists and comic book writers, and nobody knew and nobody fucking got anything signed from them. Everybody got the Stan signature and just fucking walked out. Dude, there was like 10 people sitting in a row of chairs.
Damn.
We just all kind of thought they were his entourage. I don't fucking know. You could have been his entourage. And dude, like, I just felt like such a dick. Even the girl in the background who was a writer, because I was first, obviously thought that we were all gonna go down and get everything.
The line, right? I got
from
you.
one of them.
Oh,
And this
damn.
lady's smiling like she's a part of the picture too in the background. She's like posing up all nice. And man, it was only later on that the guy that was owned the comic shop told, like, man, it was really embarrassing. Nobody gave a shit about any of the writers or artists that we had come in.
He just tanked their shit. I'm looking at the picture right now. That's hilarious. I see the girl. She's like,
You see her all propped up. She's all propped up like, yep, I'm next. And nobody knew. I felt like such a dick. I was like, man, I would have just brought some dumb, like random Marvel comic and had her in it. Yeah, you see a whole row of people back there. Like those are all artists and like
he looks good though, man. Stan looks good here though, still, man.
oh yeah, that he was still good. Like I said, he came out, he was throwing up his arms, he was flailing, he was true believers. He was out.
I will say that not to like interject on your story, but the last time that I saw him, I had said this on my Instagram too. He was very he was on point. It wasn't he didn't seem like he was lucid, man. He was into it. He was interactive and shit. He was moving slow, but you know, he was responding to everybody. He was cracking jokes and shit. He seemed you know, in good spirits. And he looked fine, in my opinion. You know, this last year or so, I know he had got pneumonia and like some different shit, but I'll say the public appearances, he seemed like he was doing all right. And I mean, 95 fucking years old, you know, it's not really much more you could ask for. Maybe 5 more years just so you could hit the big 100. But fuck, it's a long, illustrious, full life, man. 95 years is beautiful, no matter what, man.
And in that 95 years, he accomplished what I don't think any other human being will ever be able to accomplish.
We'll be lucky to fucking balance our checkbook in 95 years and shit. So
yeah,
you know, shit's crazy. It's crazy. As many people as he touched and like got to bring so many people into the world of comic books and collecting, and like it was crazy, man. You didn't really hear fucked up shit about Stan, you know. So
and comic books now, they're the biggest thing in the world. And in any, I mean, just the films, you know, just they brought these characters to the biggest stage. There is no film that will probably ever be made currently that's going to kill what these Marvel films do right now.
Yeah, I want to touch back on the films and shit too, but I want to let you guys say any personal stories. Fabio, you had any personal stories with Stan?
Yeah, I'm not even here.
He'll be back. What about you, P? You ever met Stan Lee in person?
Yeah, actually, I believe 2013. Actually, my first New York Comic Con.
Oh shit! Okay.
I was out there, and I vividly remember I was buying figures. That was my first year back into figures, and I was buying something with like a credit card from like just some dealer in the room or in the Javits Center, and it wasn't going through. Like no matter what he tried, so he was like, "Well, let's go to the back, and let's see if we can get into like I guess like
your fucking fingers for trying to switch us out of this money."
I know, right?
Some real casino shit.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, go ahead.
So he was like, "Let's go into the back with like the loading area or whatever, like this big ass hallway, and let's see if there's better reception there." So I'm like, "All right, cool." So we're going back there. And then he like he's doing the transaction or whatever, and I see like this group of people walking, and like I'm looking at it, and I'm like, that's is that Stan Lee? And I'm like in my brain, like granted, first New York Comic Con. This is my first Comic Con too, actually. And like I was like, that's probably Stan Lee, but in my mind I'm like, there's no way that's Stan Lee. I was like, my luck can't be this great. So I turned to the dude and I was like, yo, is that Stan Lee? And this moron is like, yeah, I guess that's him. What? Like he couldn't be fucked to bother about any of this stuff. This dude's just trying to get his money from my card. He's so desperate to get like, well, it's probably like, I don't know, like $40. Just like messing with this machine, his stupid like tile reader on his phone. He was like, yeah, I guess so. And then I'm like, oh shit. And like the closer he came, I was like, oh shit, that's Stan Lee. So like, I raised my hand, like trying to get his attention. I was like, yo, Stan. and he's like, "Hey, how's it going?" And I was like, "Yo, you're my hero," and I scream it, and he goes, "Oh yeah," and then I pull up my phone, and I was like, "Yo, do you mind?" And I was like motioning to get a picture, and this dude was all like, "Sure." So like he starts coming over, and then of course his entourage was like, "No, Stan, we gotta go." And then like Stan, he looks at me, with the saddest look in his eyes, and like I just see him mouth, "I'm sorry." And I was like, "It's all good, Stan." I'm like, dude, like that little interaction like was so great, man. Like of course,
That's so real.
It was like it solidified everything that you hear about this man online, that he was like such a kind soul, and like he truly cared about each and every one of his fans and stuff like that. It was great, man. And this was like,
has always been like,
heavy. Yeah, 100%. And I don't blame him. I mean, I don't blame, like, I'm just some dude like just saying, "Hey Stan," out of like this industrial sized door. Like I'd say no to me too, honestly. But like I was saying, it just solidified everything you hear about this dude. It was so great, and like that small moment that I had, like just interacting with him, was like so great. It's one of my most memorable experiences. The whole con was memorable, but that really made it for sure, 100%.
No doubt. I had asked you, Fabio, you had stepped away, if you had any personal experiences meeting Stanley.
I have a story about how I almost met Stanley. So this was a couple years ago, back when Comic Bug was. I mean, they always have like a pretty big event for Free Comic Book Day. So Comic Bug is my local comic shop, and they do this event every year. But this was the first year they kind of made a convention out of it, where they were doing basically Free Comic Book Weekend. So at both their shops, at both their locations, they were having basically like a little mini convention. The first day was at one store, the second day was at the other store, and the one at the other store was here, actually, where I'm living now, in the youth community center sort of area. So there's like a big like indoor section where they had a bunch of tables, and there was an outdoor section in the back where I was set up with a booth for ACBA. The Beltrans came through, and we ran that whole booth. I think this was like 2 years ago. It went really well. We got a lot of eyes on our stuff and everything, but the main event of that whole event was that they were doing a raffle drawing for like 20 people or whatever that were going to go meet Stan Lee at the actual shop, which was just like a block over. So, I got my raffle ticket, and I believe earlier, maybe like a month or two ahead of time, in anticipation for this event and the possibility of, meeting him, I bought the Stan Lee, 2007 Marvel Legend SDCC exclusive from Comic Bug for like $100 or so. I can't remember exactly. And, it was a good deal for the figure at the time. It was like almost 10 years old or whatever. So I was like, yeah, that's the price you pay for an exclusive this much time down the line. But I bought it thinking like, oh man, if I'm at the event, there's a good chance that maybe I'll, just for like running a booth, I might just be able to like tag along and go meet Stan. I ended up getting the raffle ticket anyway, just for being there. And, not thinking I was going to get it, because you can't set yourself up for disappointment like that. So I'm like, I'll get the raffle ticket, but if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, oh well. So I'm there with my, when the time comes to do the drawing, I'm there with my ticket in hand. My ticket was like 6753, and they're calling the numbers or whatever, and they're like 6752. No. Damn it. Oh, I was one number away, man. I almost won the Mega Millions,
That's crazy.
And I brought the Stan Lee Marvel Legend, to the event in anticipation for all this, and it didn't end up working out. I saw the group picture later on of like the 20 or so winners with Stan at the shop, and I'm like, damn, that's my moment. However, about a year later, I was at SDCC. I think it was last year. I was at SDCC in the Bluefin line, waiting to buy the exclusives to then resell at a markup, because that's how it goes. And I'm sitting there in the Bluefin line, and it's San Diego Comic-Con, it's the big one, and Stan Lee just walks by, no entourage, not a single person escorting him. He's just walking through like along the wall that they make you wait for the the spillover line. Mm-hmm. He's just walking along the side of the wall and goes into an entrance just off the side, just by himself. And I'm like, he's like 5 feet away from me. He walks right by me, and I'm like, hey, Stan, he's gone.
Shit, if you would have stopped him right there, people would have mobbed him, man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I didn't want to exactly. I mean, the dude was, like you said, he was definitely lucid, but not the most hurried pace.
Right? Yeah, no doubt.
He's moving a little slow, so I'm like, I'm not about to overwhelm this gentleman. He's just trying to do his thing. I mean, at the very least, I got to see him in close proximity and kind of feel his aura if you're into one of those things.
Word.
Yeah,
That's how I felt when I saw him at HasCon, because it was kind of surreal because he didn't have mad bodyguards. It was that same sort of thing. He had one person just kind of walking him along, and everybody. HasCon was so laid back and so like family oriented that like it was no mobs, it was no crowds, and everybody was like really respectful of him and his space, but everybody was just kind of like in awe though. Like everybody was just like. In a funny way, it was almost like dealing with like a child or a newborn baby or something like that. Like, like everybody was real cautious and like respectful and like, it was cool. But he was, having little one-liners and saying shit to people, and people did get some pictures and stuff like that. But yeah, it wasn't, nobody mobbed him, nobody overwhelmed him in any way, and it was really cool. So I just kind of took in that experience and took pictures and shit. I didn't like confront him or ask for any personal picture myself, but it was fun to just watch everybody else interact with him right there, and I was literally like a few inches away from him too, so it wasn't, it was really cool though, man. So yeah, that was I never got to take a picture with him or anything like that, but I've seen him on 3 different occasions. The first time that I saw him was at San Diego Comic-Con, and this was the year that they had the Mattel exclusives in the Marriott. So you had to go outside of the convention center and go over to the Marriott to do the Mattel stuff. And he was just chilling in the bar with like a couple of his buddies, drinking, just chilling at the Marriott bar, just drinking with a couple of his buddies. Yeah, it was, so
with the boys.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna go up to him there, but I thought that was hilarious, and I just thought it was really cool and shit too. So yeah, man, that was my a few times seeing Stan. Oh, actually, one other time I tried to cut the line to get a free autograph somewhere. I had like just got in the line and like I had some bogus shit. I don't even know what it was. Something that he could have just signed. And at the very last moment, I was literally going up to the table. The guard was like, "Were you here? You weren't here." I was like, "Oh, you had to stand on line?" He's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Oh, I didn't know. Sorry." Just walked away and shit.
The finesse.
Yeah, I tried to finesse the autograph from Stanley.
Damn.
It's all good. But yeah, man, it was definitely a lot of warm, heartfelt tributes to Stan. We did a couple things on Instagram. We did something the day he passed, put up a few pictures that got a lot of love and a lot of people commenting on it. And then we did something yesterday for Saturday Salvo and put up like some of the best pictures from the week and did a little tribute to him, which is still rocking out. It's like almost at 5K likes on those pictures, on that group of the pictures. It was like 7 pictures. So yeah, man. So, long live Stan Lee. Rest in power to that guy. Anything else you guys want to say about Stan?
I think the most succinct statement I saw on Stan Lee in general is that the greatest cameo he ever played was the little cameo he played in all of our lives.
Hell yeah.
No doubt. No doubt. That's an excellent quote. Oh, right. Before we actually get off the topic, though, do we want to talk about...
Oh, God. Pass back on Fabio. I did not need to see you do your chatterbait sesh.
No, we're... Kenji just walked in. Everybody say hi to Kenji.
Hey, Kenji.
What's good? We're doing the podcast.
Fabio's free ball.
Nah, I'm just shirtless, just dad bod out in the air.
Hilarious. I was going to say, do we want to talk about the fact that he shot a bunch of his cameos for the upcoming Marvel movies and shit? Is that confirmed? That is confirmed, right? That is a fact, right?
He shot Spider-Man, Far Away From Home, and Avengers.
4, right?
Avengers
all right,
4, yeah.
So we'll definitely see Stan and cameos in those 2 movies at least.
And, somebody was talking about the potential for even more. I didn't know, but Stan actually has like 3 different cameos for like every film he's ever done.
Oh shit!
You mean like footage that they didn't use and shit like that? You mean
like alternates. Like,
right?
oh, this
Okay.
would be funny, and that they did like, oh, this one would be funny. They
Oh
did
yeah,
like,
I could see that. I could see that. Okay, I could definitely see
Yeah, they,
that.
they
so
actually showed a bunch for Ant-Man and Wasp. He had like a whole bunch of different shit he said instead of like that one line where the car
and
shrunk.
they
Mm-hmm.
used the worst one.
They really did. he was saying some like genuinely funny shit, and like
Yeah,
they just used like the '60s line.
That's
yeah, they
fucking
used like
Hollywood for
the
you.
worst line. Like, damn man, like maybe we need to take a peek at a lot of other alternates because you guys don't know how to pick them. This is any example, then you guys can't be trusted.
What would you say? What would you say is your personal favorite Stanley cameo?
Oh, that's a good question to have.
I think mine still stand in terms of just like the message he relays. Spider-Man 3, 100%. And encased in a weird movie, but it's probably like my favorite like message Stanley cameo. But just overall, just like the set piece of his cameo, I would say Amazing Spider-Man 1, where he's like the music teacher.
Okay.
And they're fighting behind him, and like the chair almost hits him, and like Spider-Man saves
Okay.
him from the
Yeah.
chair. I love that scene. That's so
That
cool.
that one was dope. I don't know. Shit that just stands out to me is when he was chilling with the Watchers.
Oh
Uh,
yeah. There's the theory is that he is a watcher, and
right,
that's
right,
why
right.
he's just always out there.
That's why he's in all these fucking scenes. Word. And that I like that. I like that theory. But yeah, that stands out to me, and I don't know.
The one that maybe it's just because I was a kid and that's why it feels so iconic to me. Along with the Spider-Man, well, probably it's objectively speaking, I have to say the best one he's ever done is that Spider-Man one.
Spider-Man 3?
Spider-Man 3. I think it's pretty hard to argue.
Yeah.
But one that always stands out to me, and it has a deep connection to Stan. I mean, although he didn't have, we can get into the argument of what he created and whatever. That's a long argument we won't waste our time on. But that scene in the end where he and around him and he looks all amazed is like such a powerful scene because whether he created something or not, one of the biggest connections he has along with Spider-Man is X-Men. You can go back to quotes from when the comics came out and how much he wanted you to get a feel for culturally too, that balance of like what it mirrored for us. He always wanted somebody that wasn't of color to see what it felt for someone that was of color to feel like that.
Yeah.
The fact that he had to result to a group of people being so different that they're dangerous for just to understand what it felt like to be a person of color.
What was his
for him to be in that franchise was dope.
What was his cameo in Black Panther? I can't
Did he
remember.
have one in Black Panther?
He had to.
I'm sure he did.
Somebody do a quick Google.
That's it. I'll look it up too.
But yeah, you reminded me about something else I wanted to say. Oh, some of the enjoyable moments though for his cameos is when I'm with somebody else in the theater and I'm like, oh, that's Stan Lee. Like letting them know, like putting them onto the shit, like when it pops up. Obviously that's happened quite a few times with my daughter over the past couple years of Marvel movies and shit. Pointing that out to her has been memorable. So it's been like almost all of them basically. So, but yeah, so we'll definitely see Stan. That's the thing about pop culture, about film and radio, TV. You live on forever, man. When you are an icon and you are somebody who has been filmed and photographed over and over again, you're gonna live on forever. So that's a wonderful thing, especially if it's good, if it's positive. So
Yeah.
There are really few people in history that get to have that level of movement that they do to the world and to people.
right,
like
for it to be positive and shit.
Your Stan Lees, your Walt Disneys. Those are the people that like are forever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and his cameo in Black Panther, by the way, was him in that like and Agent Ross is with him, and he like moves.
Nice. Did you hear that?
Yeah,
Boog?
you.
That was
I
that.
didn't hear it. You were
Oh, yeah.
breaking up on for me, but I didn't hear it. So
Oh.
repeat that. Repeat that one more
Did
time.
nobody-
The Black Panther.
Yeah, you're cutting out a
Did I
little
cut out
bit.
for everybody?
Yeah, you cut now. I don't know if it's.
You might have to leave and rejoin, but I'll say it while you do that.
Please do.
His cameo in Black Panther, he's at like it's when they're at that casino right before that big fight with the Okoye and stuff, and then he's at the craps table, or he's at some gambling table, and he takes all of T'Challa's money.
Ah, right. Okay. Okay. Got it.
I'm
back.
That's it. One quick thing I know we wanted to touch on exiting this topic is his his actual Marvel Legend figure that got that was slated for release but never came out.
Right.
What do you think? Do you think we might see that in the future, or is it possibly too late now and they might think that it's weird to release a figure, or what do you think?
At this point, I think we'll definitely see it now. I think
Yeah.
it's a very good possibility that we're going to see it. I'm going to say like 95% chance that we'll see it. I will say that when I got the opportunity to talk with the brand at New York Comic Con, I did ask what happened with those images that were floating around about Stan Lee. And the impression that I got was that it was something super sensitive, because if you remember at that time, right before that, it was these allegations that had came out, and you know what I'm saying? So they weren't trying to touch it at that particular moment, and they were just like, those images weren't our images. We can't say anything about it right now. At this time, there's no information to give, basically. So I just took it as they were letting that whole shit blow over. And I took it as like the strong guy shit. Like, all right, we definitely going to get it at some point. You know, it's just, somebody leaked it prematurely, and now they're going to put that shit on the back burner to make it not so obvious, but it's going to happen. That was the impression that I got. So, and I feel like the way that originally it was supposed to be released was kind of weird in those 2-packs anyway. Mm-hmm. But then again, I guess not, because I don't know. Maybe they were trying to do it around the time where he had the cameo in the Black Panther movie, and that's why I was coming with the Black Panther figures. I don't know, but I felt like it should be something a little. The rollout for the Stan Lee figure should be a little more extravagant and a full wave, like, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah, you know, that one list that we have, I'm sure you remember, but we had a list of like things that were like, you know, rumored to come out, and almost all of it ended up being true.
Yeah.
Some of them were that we would get a brand new Captain America figure, and one of the alternate heads would be Stan. And then they said the same thing for Iron Man, that we would get a brand new Iron Man figure, and one head would be Stan.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you know, the Spider-Man with one head would be Stan. That would be a cool way to have like all the Avengers, but you know, he's the Avenger. You know, if you put the head sculpt on him and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's a really dope idea, though. Yep. So yeah, I'd like to see that. I'd like to see that. But the version that they teased was really cool, man. I was, and a lot of people were even looking at that body to do other plainclothes figures and shit. I immediately thought about like a 80s style Cyclops, plainclothes Cyclops and shit.
Oh yeah, no question.
So yeah, I hope we see it, man. I hope we see it, and I know for certain that's going to be a big question in whatever the next event is that they have. Yeah. I'm sure people are going to ask that. Also, I saw a couple of petitions floating around there for people to do to sign up to make it happen. Basically, I even signed one and even donated $1 to it. I don't even know whose it was, but they had tagged me on Instagram. I know the Marvel Legends UK group was had something floating around on Instagram for it, but I don't know if they had an official petition. And let me see if I could find this other account, and I'll tell you what it is now. So yeah, just sign it. I mean, it doesn't hurt. And I'm not co-signing this account. I'm not saying you got to follow it or no shit, but but they do have something up. Let me find it here.
Yeah, just like you, Boog. I believe that it will come. It's just a matter of when. In terms of, like, you know, obviously in light of recent events, I feel like they they don't want it to see if they put it out right away, it might be bad timing or something like that. There's probably going to be some time in between, possibly like next year or something. But I think for sure we'll get it eventually. I just think like possibly with that, like putting them with Black Panther, it was probably before anybody. I mean, Black Panther obviously just came out swinging. It was like such like a such a phenomenon. But I could see a situation where they're like, well, what if this movie doesn't sell so well, and then the figures don't sell so well? So let's pop a Stan Lee in here just to really give it that extra push for these figures, and then like I guess once they got closer to the movie coming out and they realized just how big it was going to be, they're all like, well, maybe it doesn't need this push, so we'll take him out for the time being. Plus all that stuff that you said earlier. But yeah, I'm with you. I think it'll come out for sure. It's just a matter of when, honestly. And I've seen some people where they're like, I don't know if an action figure is a good idea, but obviously these guys are in the community. And I would feel if anybody, would sign off on the idea of an action figure in their likeness, it would be Stan Lee, honestly.
No doubt. So I'm looking at this account, and what I'm gonna do is actually I'm gonna put the link directly to the change.org petition. It's 1,243, 44, 45, 46 signatures on there right now. Out of and they're trying to get to 1,500 is the first tier. And I think when I signed, it was a little under 1,000. So I guess it's been moving. So yeah, I'll put it in the link in the description of this video if you want to just sign that. I mean, I would sign as many things as possible, and quite a few people have tagged me and Shardamus and other I guess influencers in the community to co-sign making this happen. So I'm sure Hasbro is hearing this loud and clear, and I'm sure Hasbro Pulse has had hundreds, if not thousands, of people tagging him about the figures since he passed last week. So, all right, so let's move forward. Again, like I said in my post on Instagram, I don't really want to mourn Stan. He had a long, great life. Just kind of celebrate his existence, celebrate his life and shit. So we don't want to end on a somber note. But yeah, Stan Lee,
Can we talk some Mezco?
rest in power. Moving on to Mezco.
Yeah,
let's do that real quick.
Bobby, it was raring to go. Let's go.
Yeah.
It's weird for me because as much as Stan Lee again played a small cameo in my life, which it turned into a very big part of my life. I think I'm not one of those people that really likes to do big, touching posts on social media. I didn't know the guy all personally like that, and obviously I'm impacted by his passing, but I'm not about to, make it about myself by making a big post about it.
No doubt.
There you go.
So
fuck that. That's exactly what I did.
Yeah, I didn't post on the day he passed. I kind of let everybody do their shit, and then I just put up something on my Instagram. So many people had called me and shit like that. And I said that on my post too. People had called me he was my legit family member and shit. So
yeah, same with me. If someone texted me and was like, "I'm so sorry for your loss," I'm like,
right.
What? Did another wrestler get leukemia or something?
Word.
Oh boy.
That's a topic for me and Rick.
And you're really kicking down the mimosas. You're out here fucking throwing Roman Reigns.
Yeah. Tell Kenji to light up a blunt or something so you can mellow out, motherfucker.
I mean, we were trying to, but it ended up turning into a shot of vodka.
There we go.
Shot meals all the way turned up. All right, so we moving into Mezco shit, right? What happened this week with Mezco?
Yeah, so Mezco this
Stewart.
weekend just revealed their Green Lantern John Stewart, which is the first Green Lantern version that they've revealed. And if you were at LACC or have gotten anything delivered from them recently, that's the only little insert that they're putting in the package. So it was pretty obvious for a while that was going to be the next reveal or whatever. It looks good. Pancho, if you could pull up the solicitation. Oh, you got it. Okay.
I got it, buddy.
Comes with a lot of effects. It comes with 2 alternate heads. One is, like I was telling Kenji, one is the Justice League version versus the other one is the Justice League Unlimited version. So you got the bald head with the goatee, and you got the the clean shaven face with the nice tapered up hairline.
A little younger in this one, huh?
Yeah, exactly. A lot of really cool effects though. I like the smoke ring effect.
Wow.
The light up feature on the lantern is cool. I think a lot of people are complaining because he's an $80 figure, but he still comes with a light up feature versus something like Cyclops or
Damn.
Cable, which also have light up features, but were closer to like 90 to 100.
Well, the light up
And I
feature
think
is not on
the figure.
though.
Exactly.
That's what I was going to say. The distinction is that something like Cable or Cyclops, it's inside the figure. They have to fuck with the actual tool.
Mm-hmm.
With the tool.
With the tool.
Fuck with the tool.
Fabio, if you can hear us, we can't hear you.
Gotta fuck with the tool, baby, because we out there moving those packs.
Toolie, baby. Gotta have a toolie on me.
I'm trying to get that big bag, you know?
Sure.
So yeah, that Michael Myers
Sure.
that Michael Myers was also $80 and came with a light up pumpkin, so this is right along the same lines. Mezco's not asking you for more money for the same damn figure. Quit complaining.
So this version of Green Lantern, is it based on a comic look, or what is it?
This is their own.
This is their own take. This is the classic, Mezco design. You know what I mean?
This is probably the
now known to become a classic design.
I feel a lot of people are complaining that he looks a little too organic and therefore too like movie Green Lantern.
Ooh,
but I think it's the opposite. I think this is right in line with their design style. A little bit of that cloth goods, but with a lot of that tech piping.
This definitely feels like it's from the same world where that Green Arrow and Red Arrow came from.
Right, yeah. And it's going to look great with those guys for sure.
Yeah, very gritty style.
I think this is probably the least offensive of their own takes, honestly.
Least offensive.
I mean, so many people are like, yo, I don't fuck with their style at all. But this is the first one where I'm like, okay.
Doing shit because, like I said, this was the most.
Yeah, if you have a complaint on this guy, you're just kind of like.
I like the head sculpt.
Yeah, you're looking for something to hate on. This is a pretty good take, man. And let's go back to that last picture real quick. That's Sinestro. Let's talk about this Sinestro.
Let's go.
Because that is not a Mezco Sinestro tease. That is a DC Direct statue that they photoshopped to look, in action. Right, yeah. The leg is slightly more bent than on the actual figure, but it's not. This doesn't mean that they won't ever do a Mezco Sinestro, but the one that they just showed in that picture is not it.
Let's think about this, though. How many solicitations have we seen where they had a little teaser villain person or hero person where they actually ended up doing the figure, though? Have we seen this before? I feel like we have.
I think Catwoman was one, wasn't it?
I don't know if we've ever seen any teases where it's a figure we haven't already seen before. I know that the Sovereign Knight Batman had a lot of pictures with the Catwoman in there too, but we already knew that Catwoman was coming. And, Mezco also photoshops a lot of random figures into their images. We've seen random thugs getting beaten up by Batman or Punisher or whatever. So they're just basically borrowing assets to create the image.
Yeah,
again, it doesn't mean we won't ever see a Sinestro, but that's not it.
Yeah, it's not out of the realm of possibility that we'll get a Sinestro. I mean, it's it might even be you go as far to say it could be an exclusive or something, just a different head sculpt.
That's what I was gonna say. Let's steer the conversation into some speculation because we know Mezco. They like doing their variants. They like doing their exclusives. If John Stewart Green Lantern is the retail release, what's the exclusive or the PX or the Mezco exclusive going to be?
It's very true.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see, Kyle Rayner or Guy Gardner be one of the exclusives.
Yeah.
And then the regular Green Lantern, whatever his name is.
Oh, that's the other thing I was going to
Jordan.
say. That's the other thing I was going to say too. Does this look like the version of the Bucks where it's the entire head and neck that's coming off, or this looks like just the head that's going to pop off here?
It looks like it's just
this to me looks like the Punisher body, and you can see right there on the alternate head, it's just the head.
Just the head there. Okay. So that means that the neck is that of an African
Yeah. It's not one piece.
Okay. I'm just thinking about that. I'm just thinking about possibilities for more black characters.
Here's a possibility for you. Here's a possibility for you. Take the neck off that body, put it on the Red Skull body, put an eye patch on that bald goatee head. You got yourself a Nick Fury.
True. Yeah. Very true. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking deeper into more African American characters and possibilities, and maybe doing shit early, your own swaps and shit before. But yeah, that's a perfect example of work. So and then we're gonna be getting Blade as well.
Right.
And maybe fucking around with that. But yeah, it looks good. I didn't pre-order. Did any of you guys pre-order this stuff?
I don't pre-order anything that's not an exclusive.
Whoa.
Oh,
Line of
Just to give you a little heads up. I'm not trying to get those rewards points. I don't care.
You bougie bitch, you.
You know.
man,
If
Fabio's
it's got a gold sticker on it, I'm dropping the dime.
Fabio's going full Joe Budden right now. Getting on this
You
podcast.
guys sitting here just ready for.
Yeah. As Kenji pointed out, I have the little insert, like the little like postcard image on my shelf in the place where I would put this figure. It's
Yeah.
a little placeholder.
Making moves.
Even when he's
You know?
not here, he's here.
Right. So I'm happy with this. I think I'm obviously going to get it when my store gets it, and they can give me a slight discount on it.
There's
I'm just curious to see what the exclusives are going to be, you know?
Mhm.
No,
I
now
wouldn't
we
be
know why
surprised
you don't pre-order the non-exclusives. Gee.
That's right. You got to have a system, man.
Damn.
That's it.
So if Al Jordan becomes like the MDX exclusive or PX or something, then obviously I'm down. I would just hope that the pattern or like the piping on it is a little, different.
Mhm.
Because if you remember from like Justice League, his costume, it was very much like this, where it's like predominantly black with kind of like a green upper body.
Yeah.
Whereas the Hal Jordan kind of has more green going through like the torso as well.
Mm-hmm.
So if we could see that continue, maybe get some of the same tech piping but more green overall for Hal Jordan. And then with Guy Gardner, they could do that like that cool like double-breasted coat where it's got like the buttons in front. That could be pretty good in their style.
Big breasts.
That's right, double-breasted. That's what that means, Rick.
Let's do it. Let's do it, man. Sign me up.
All right, so we've got to see. They teased this a while back. I mean, we knew this was coming, but finally they put it up for pre-order. But
Yeah. This is the official solicit.
so yeah, we'll see how this unfolds, and we'll talk about this in 2021 when it drops.
2021.
100%.
All right, what else were we talking
You're being a
about?
little generous, but all right, let's keep it moving.
Next up, we'll talk about these Daizen reveals. Rick, you're pretty stoked on this, are you not?
Oh my god.
Let's go.
Fucking Roni Kenshin figures. This is just
Boom.
so dope. The last figures that we
You're
got
gonna like this.
the last figures that we got from anything Kenshin, I think, was those Rebel Tech figures that at one point went on a super high discount because nobody was buying them. Nobody was buying them, and when you went on HLJ, they were literally like, I think they were like $4.
Yeah, that's that is probably the worst example of a Revoltech I could probably think of that Rurouni Kenshin.
Yeah, that figure is like, you really only bought it because you love the figure, because you love the character, because that figure was
Big yikes for sure.
yeah. So that Himura, it came in both the versions, and then forget the name of him when he's in red. But yeah, this is like the perfect example of what me and Poncho were talking about. Like, when you can use the cloth to benefit a character, like you should, and it really did surprise me with Saitama that they did that with the cape, because their first go into this figure industry was the Slam Dunk, where they fucking gave these guys literally an entire basketball suit. Which was another example of like, when you can use the fabric, you really should. And it's good that they're going that way with this, because imagining this done Revoltech's way with really big, blocky.
Yeah, I had that Revoltech figure too, actually.
Oh, and by the way, that figure goes for like stupid money now. So
does it?
Yeah. So whoever bought it for like $4,
come up.
Good move. Come up. You done did it. You did it.
You did that shit.
Yeah, you did the shit out of that. I love this. This is so dope. I hope they keep doing this. They go back to other, anime and manga that just never got a shake, because or even ones that just don't get enough. Like with One Punch, yeah, we have Saitama from Figma, but they showed us Genos like almost the same time they did Saitama, and we never got that. And same with My Hero Academia. I would love for them to dip into that. This is dope. I cannot wait for this.
Yeah, 100%. Like you touched on, like I cannot believe the soft goods work on this, man. This looks crazy, dude. It looks so good, and you know this thing is gonna be $50 cheap. It's gonna be
Yeah,
so.
and what's crazy was that when we were talking in the in PNP was that what makes Dawson so impressive is the fact that when they show these product images, this means that this figure comes out literally anytime now.
Yeah, this is about to go up for pre-order within the next coming weeks at
Yeah.
most.
And the pre-order will ship out within 2 weeks of when it goes up.
Yeah, you're about to be hit up with that private message saying, "Hey, friend, I got your shit in hand."
Hello, friend.
Hello, friend.
Yeah, okay. That's what it was, by the way. This one is Himura Kenshin, and then the other one is Batosai. When he's with Blue is Batosai.
Mhm.
I always get them confused. Which one is Kenshin? Which one's Batosai? He's much more deadly when he's one color than the other.
Yeah.
Most of the time, this guy fights with his sword facing the other way, because if he were to fight with the blade facing the correct way, it would not be a problem. He'd fuck you up in a second. So this is dope, man. This is the kind of shit I love to see. That's what got me so excited about Dawson in the beginning when they did Slam Dunk. Like, no one is making Slam Dunk figures. The sad part about Japan is that when you love old animes like Cowboy Bebop and stuff like Rurouni Kenshin here, it's really rare that they get figures. The fact that Ranma 1/2 got figures from SHF is a blessing, because
Very true. Yeah.
that shit just doesn't happen. How many interviews like I've set up for people with these import companies, and we ask them for these classic animes, and they just kind of all look at us like, "What the fuck do you want that for?" Like, every time they just kind of look at me like, "Dude, this is why you don't work in the industry, because we can't be making this shit." Like, they always just answer back really annoyed, like that we would even want something that's not modern. So third party companies like these, we need more of this right here.
Yeah.
Whether you love or even know this anime or not, this is the kind of place we should be. Like, I would love for them to do Inuyasha next, and
Inuyasha
Yu
would
Yu
murder.
Hakusho. Sign me up for fucking
Yeah, a Yu Yu.
Yusuke. Yeah, that's this is dope. This is only good things right here.
Yeah,
All right.
100%.
Yeah, I'm liking the way it looks, and I'm liking the potential for doing other shit that may not be this with
Yeah.
the body too. So
Yeah,
it's all good.
it's good for head swaps too. Like, if you have characters, like if you have a Wolverine head sculpt, boom, there you go. Nobody's gonna fucking bat an eye at you. Nobody's gonna be like, "Hey, you know what? You never
What are you
wanted one like this in a comic that's this color." Like, no, nobody's gonna hit you with that. This is good. This is money right here.
100%. All right. Cool beans. Next up, we got Dragon Ball reveals. There's a big one this week, but
Hell
I want to touch on something that may have flown under the radar. It's something from Demonical Fit. So we talked about last week that they're putting out that Guko, the pole and the head swap.
Right, the head sculpt and the pole.
Yeah. So
fully hair.
now, the reason I wanted to bring that up is because the guy that's sculpting it, really, I think his name is Really Mad Marco. He posted that he made this. People are like fucking making memes out of this thing, but like there's like a slight difference between these two head sculpts. He said that he adjusted the size between the eyes and stuff like that based on feedback of what he was hearing before. And the reason I want to bring that up is because it's just important to realize that this guy is really listening to feedback. Depending on which forums or which communities you frequent, he's out there, man. He's looking, and it seems like I know we've speculated, Rick and I, before, that this guy, he has to really have some true love for Dragon Ball to be doing this, but it's just cool to see that he's listening to people and making adjustments and stuff. And I just wanted to point that out real quick.
Yeah, that's dope, man. That's actually one of the downsides, in my opinion, of the Transformers community. When it comes to their third party figures, although they've been doing it forever and they're the godfathers of doing shit illegally and getting away with it in China, they're so impersonal. At least to any that I've seen, I've never seen that these companies are like listening like that. Like, yeah, they do tweak things here and there. They see people getting mad, but they don't tweak things out of love. They tweak things out of not wanting to fuck up a check.
Yeah,
they don't do things out of like, oh man, people feel offended. Like, no, they do shit out of like, oh fuck, we're not gonna make as much money on this one. Tweak the fucking thighs a little bit to not be too thick. on this Transformer, and when these companies just seem very different. Like, who's doing like with these head sculpts and like with what we just saw with from Rurouni Kenshin, the Himura, like who's doing these? It's you do these out of love. You don't you pick these and you go into detail for those eyes being apart, like Poncho just said, because you love this.
Exactly. Very true.
The reality is, look at how close they are. Like, a normal person can't tell that there's anything different there.
Yeah, in reality, nobody gives a shit.
Yeah, but he cared enough.
Exactly. Yeah,
he's not gonna make more money off of the fact that he spread his eyes apart just a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. So moving on real quick, the big news this week is this company from out of nowhere posted these articulated Cybermen, and these look nuts, dude. I feel for everybody who spent $60 on multiple Yamchas to get a Cybermen team.
It wasn't too many people that did that, but yeah, I know my man Elvis did that shit.
Yeah, he sure did.
He's probably one of the only people that I actually saw do it.
You know how many times I was in these fucking groups on Facebook and saw so many people selling Yamchas without their Cybermen?
Yeah, that's very true. Yeah.
And I was just like, now looking back, like, oh my god, like these guys just fucking. I mean, they would sell the Yamchas for like $20 under retail, but still, I mean, that shit adds up. That means that they were paying like $20 for completely unarticulated Cybermen.
And you know what's so lit about this shit is, you got 6 different fucking head sculpts there too.
Yeah,
it's fucking nuts.
It's just unreal.
It's pretty lit, man.
They look so good. Yeah, they're scheming for sure. You got like acid spit. You got it all.
We got the fizz. We got it all. Look at this. Look at this explosion! Oh my god.
Are we to assume that these will be colored at some point though, and this is just kind of?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, because like the vial right here isn't finished.
Yeah, that's obviously Photoshop little drip there.
Yeah, and like his spit's supposed to be like green and whatever. So
interesting. So the good thing too is obviously you can repurpose those effects for other shit too.
Yeah, exactly, 100%.
Damn! Look at that pose up. Look at that.
So good.
Brendan Hang.
So wait, was their blood was green, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you might want to.
That dude is sweating.
I'm already looking at all types of other shit. You could use the blood for alien shit, not literal alien shit, but
or if you're into that,
or if you're in that type of thing, yeah, it could be alien shit too.
Alien feces.
But yeah, it's pretty cool, man. This is great, man. I love that one right there.
This guy's bugging.
Yeah. and you know what's gonna happen with these faces? You're gonna see mad joke shots.
Oh yeah, for sure. These guys are about to be like the worms from MIB. Just all sorts of shenanigans.
Hanging out and shit.
That guy that sticks his arm in his pants to make a fake boner is about to get surprised by these guys in many pictures.
That's it.
Basically. What the fuck is that guy's name? Shit.
Damn, I wouldn't know. But
I forgot I knew his name recently.
He's a very famous comedian.
Yeah, very famous.
I would love to take a page out of that book and get like some famous comedian figures, dude.
Sure.
Be so great.
If they articulate it like that, yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
man.
for sure.
Especially anybody who is into a lot of physical comedy and shit.
Yeah.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, man. But what's the release date?
So they're saying next month, December, is what they're saying.
God damn. Okay.
So, yeah, they're saying December 20th is
are
what
we,
it is.
Are we to assume this is a 6-pack or how are these coming?
It is a 6-pack. It's
really?
The list. There was a listing up, but it was taken down. I have my own personal speculations on that. So, like, whenever you list pre-orders on eBay, like one of the rules is like it has to be within 30 days of the item releasing, or they'll just take it down. And like it was put up on eBay like I think 3 days ago, and since 3 days ago wasn't technically 30 days before like December 20th, they just took it down or whatever.
I think the price that it was listed on eBay was like 40 something, right?
No, it was a little bit more expensive. It was like 68, I believe, but it was 68.
That's coming out to like $1 and change each figure. I mean, $10 and change each figure.
Yeah.
Which I think these are each worth $10 and change, no question.
Yeah, no question about that. Yeah, definitely. I mean, think about it. 2 of these are the size of one 6-inch figure, and you paid $20 for Marvel Legends. So there you have it.
It works out.
Works out.
And it like the articulation. It looks like they're gonna obviously knee articulation, foot articulation, maybe some hips too. Like right.
It looks like that knee, and anywhere where there's a ball joint, it'll rotate as well too.
Mm-hmm. So you'll get a lot of range of movement out of these guys. Look, they're just like fucking squatted up here. So yeah, like
about the ground. This is fire.
I can't wait for these, man. I think this is definitely a corner of the Dragon Ball market that definitely needed to be. It was just a matter of time before somebody.
Yeah, they could do. Let's see them do more shit like this. You know, odds and ends shit to fill in holes, and honestly, that actually takes some pressure off of the big companies.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
It sure does. Yeah, because like I mean, I see a lot of people make like saying stuff like, you know, these guys are Bandai's fucking up, like what, you know, blown the fuck out Bandai, like like I mean, just like you said, Bug, like this takes a lot of pressure off of them. Like they included one with Yamcha, like just because, you know, that's the classic Yamcha thing, but like in the grand scheme of things, the widespread like appeal of a pack of Cybermen isn't going to be. It's just not worth the financial risk of just putting out.
Not for the big company.
Yeah.
No, they're gonna sit in Barnes and Noble and be at the 50% off section.
You know what? Yeah. That's what outlets. That's what brands like ACBA have done for the game. Really, is making it where you could get in where you fit in, and this is a huge untapped market for you to just get in where you fit in and fill in gaps and holes anywhere as it relates to your collection, displaying, toy photography, whatever. Like, you know, there's something for everyone. There's a piece, there's a slice of the pie for everybody to make some bread within this whole community that we've been building on here in the past 10 years. And I mean everybody. I don't just mean ACBA, but I mean that's pretty much what toy photography does, is continuously give these people ideas and fuel to say, oh shit, you know what? I think these toy photography guys would like this if I did this, and I you know, I could find my little niche here and do this and shit, because I don't think the big company's gonna do it anyway. You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
And again, it's going to complement whatever you have going on with the majors anyway. So it's wonderful, man. It's a wonderful, like you said, what a great time to be alive and be collecting and shit, you know? And yo, just think about how rapidly it's built up to this point. Like really, it's only been about 8 years building up to this point where so much shit is coming out, and there's so many innovative articulation schemes and head sculpts and this and that and customizers. It's only been about 8-10 years, maybe 10 years tops, where, you know what I'm saying?
What's crazy is that even from just within like 6 months, how things have jumped.
Word.
Yeah.
I mean, we were getting head sculpts. Now we're getting fully articulated 6-pack of a figure.
Word. It's crazy.
Like, and we're getting full figure. We got a Captain Ginyu. It's just fucking nuts.
Yeah.
Like how it's accelerated so fast. The market is there, and people are fucking killing it right now.
And even people who are more advanced, like we talked about Mythic Legions and the Four Horsemen, and them doing their own thing. Like, you know, obviously they're not noobs to the game, but they're still quite independent with their shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like even the shit that they're putting out is very high quality, though. You know, so it's crazy, man. It's definitely a great thing. And so shout out to anybody who's making their way and doing their thing, customizers and other people, you know, starting their own businesses as it relates to this thing.
All the casters out there.
Yeah, man.
Like Dave Castle and everyone else. You know?
Word. Shout out to Dave Castle, too, because he just, I know that head sculpt that he had out, that shit's sold out really fast. So I think he'll be doing another run of that. And shout out to P. You know what? That's the other thing I meant to mention too, P. Your ad had got posted on the on the Instagram the same day that Stan Lee passed. So obviously shit just got overshadowed. So we
That's
gotta
okay.
get the promo run going again. But
The quality of Poncho's aura stands are insane.
word.
Oh
So,
yeah, I forgot I included a stand with yours. Yeah.
Oh my god, I was shocked. I was like, damn, this shit is like, anybody can make shit look good in a picture. When you have it in hand and it's incredible, that's when you're like, oh fuck,
Ooh.
Poncho's not fucking around. Yeah, anybody that was on the fence, that shit is fire. So
and
we'll
and
have
at the
to-
end of the day, all of this shit is art. You know what I'm
That's it.
saying? It's all art. It's all within that spectrum. It's all like shit that you can really appreciate when somebody puts their time and effort and brain power behind some shit. It's like it's such a wonderful, wonderful time, man. It really is. All right, moving right along. I'm getting the Woody over here, a little art.
Yeah. Next
right now.
Next up is another surprise. Out the gate, Inspector Gadget vibes.
Oh my god.
Oh, yeah, you know what? I saw this, but I didn't like delve
Wow.
into it. What company's doing this?
Man,
I don't know what the company is. Maybe
it's a
Five
new,
Pro
it's a new
Studio.
company.
That's-
Yeah, like five
That's
studios.
what's here. I could be wrong. We could be wrong. Just like Fabio said, we're just saying the
I
wrong
think-
shit every.
I think they're
every
called Five Studios. Five Pro Studio. Yeah, this is wow.
Yeah. So
Unreal.
in this right here, there doesn't look like there's any articulation, but it was on a show. Whoa.
Yeah, that's my buzzer downstairs, but something's wrong with it, and it's been ringing like that for like a few weeks. Sorry.
You listening to some Yanni?
Yeah, hell yeah. Everybody loves the Yanni. But yeah, it was on the show floor, and there's clear articulation with our boy right here.
Boom. Look at that.
So I don't really know the what do you call it? I don't know the extent of the articulation that they're gonna do. Maybe these like super early, and maybe this might be all we get in terms of articulation, which I wouldn't imagine. But you never know. But Rick, what do you think, man?
This looks dope. I mean, when you see this, I think you do you have that Sherlock Hound figure?
Which one? Oh, yes, I sure
Sure.
do. Yeah. From Figma?
Yeah, because when you look at that Inspector Gadget, it looks like very very similar. I wouldn't be surprised if you have a Sherlock Hound figure that to expect the articulation to be fairly similar.
Okay.
Because that's exactly what it looks like. I mean, not just the fact that they're dressed very similarly, but just the way that the articulation is going to be laid out. It looks like it's probably going to be the same.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure there's going to be more articulation. I mean, that picture that you had before of all of them together showed absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
And it looks like the inspector is. It looks like everyone is going to be articulated at some point, except maybe. No. Yeah, I think honestly, I think they're all going to be articulated at some point. I don't know this company.
Let's hope. Have we had an Inspector Gadget figure in the past? We did, right? Some company
Never.
No, never.
Nothing exceptional. We've had toy like kids toys and stuff like that, in the 90s and stuff, but nothing nothing to this extent.
I think Boog is thinking of Sherlock Hound, to be perfectly honest, because like I said, the costume is literally the same. It's just
very true.
Both wear a funky hat on the top and whatnot, different hat obviously, but I don't know how popular this shit is gonna be. I mean, if all we get is Inspector Gadget, I'll count myself lucky. Because this is just wow. I can't fucking wait.
I see a lot of people bugging about how there's no claw, and I can see that for sure. But at the end of the day, there was never a claw face reveal, was there?
No,
dude, we never saw anything above the neck.
Yeah, the arm.
There is one where he turns around and you see rib cage down.
Yeah.
But you see rib cage, crotch, and the arm. You when they turn around the chair, it's always just the arm.
Mm-hmm.
But there has been shots where he's pounding on the desk, and you could see a little bit of his torso and the arm. But I do not believe we've ever seen his legs.
Well, I'm seeing some interesting art right here. Oh my god. I don't know if that this could be our claw right here. Am I screen sharing? Yeah, sure am.
You know what? There was art made of him I'm sure it's around there somewhere. That guy right there, that figure,
This one?
the one that looks like super 90s.
Oh, this
Right
guy
there,
right
yeah.
here. Yeah. Whoa, look at this guy.
Yeah, and they pulled it because they never wanted to reveal his face.
But here he is in the flesh, I guess.
Like
Interesting.
an absolute moron. Step 2, make him look like an absolute moron.
Definitely not the face anyone pictured, I'm sure.
No, definitely not a criminal mastermind.
Right.
Yeah, honestly, if they gave us a chair, his cat, and just the chair with one arm, I wouldn't be mad.
Well,
I wouldn't be mad.
Something like this.
Yeah.
Look at that shit. Yeah, that is stupid.
Oh my god. I mean, with a little more finesse.
Yeah, let's be real.
Basically.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, if they honestly gave us a chair and like a command, like the mat, like this right here. If they gave us this with the cat and the arm, that's it. Perfect.
Yeah.
You don't even have to have a body.
Yeah, I mean, Inspector Gadget has never been around Dr. Claw,
Yeah.
and not just it not been the arm. Every time he turns around the chair, it's always just the arm. So I don't think anybody could complain that canonically it's right.
Yeah. Let's just get a Disney live action Claw in the mix. Yeah, what if?
Yeah,
What if
hit
they
me with that.
shit the bed and did that? God.
Hit me with that truly robotic acting.
Speaking of which, that's a good little segue. I don't think we ever talked about the upcoming Disney Aladdin movie.
Oh shit, we did not.
I don't know how relevant that is to shit, but I don't know. It's live action, and we know that Will Smith is going to be playing the genie, so that seems pretty interesting.
Yeah.
The idea makes total sense, studio wise.
Yeah.
As far as a viewer, I did not want that. But, as a studio,
Very vocal about that.
As a studio, it makes perfect sense. I mean, he's a big name. He's very energetic. It makes sense. I would have preferred Jim Carrey because I don't think there's a single person in this world that has that type of comedic energy that Robin Williams has, besides Jim Carrey. The film itself, I'm super excited for. I don't know. I just hope Will Smith doesn't Will Smith it up. Damn, I think I gotta give you some wishes. Like I don't want to hear that.
It's time to save the world.
Yeah, I think it's time to save the world, baby.
It's time to save Agrabah, baby.
And I swear, if there's some Kazam situation and it's just him with like big, like Middle Eastern pants, I'm not gonna watch it. Like it's giant, like
racist Rick. He's at it again.
Here he goes.
Can you imagine that? Him just fucking in big like Arabic pants, like
what the fuck are Arabic pants, Rick?
That's where they are. They're in Arabia. Literally in the song Arabian Nights.
Oh shit! You true to form every week, man. We love you.
I'm doing my best.
Let's take a look. Arabic pants.
Yeah, dude. Boom,
There you have it. There you have it.
Damn right. Get the hell out of here.
Cabs in here.
No Junko jeans, just real puffy Middle Eastern.
Yo, that's hilarious. You said the Jinko jeans. Yo, it's mad funny. At my job a few weeks ago, some very 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 random and rare do like, IBMers have issues with each other and shit. Like, it's HR barely does anything, at least at my location. It's not like, they're fighting each other and like, having confrontations and shit. But randomly, these two guys had like a fucking eyeball fight, I guess, somewhere in the facility. And one guy like motions like he's gonna like throw some peanuts that he was eating at the other guy, and like it was like a whole shit or whatever. So the guy comes to my office and he's like, the guy who was about to have the peanuts thrown at him, he's like, yo, it's weird. I've never even seen this dude before. I don't know who he is, but you know, he was weird. And he's like, I noticed he had on like Jenko jeans or something. I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, oh, so he's like stuck in the 90s, huh? He's like, yeah I don't know. It was like
throw peanuts at him.
It's like weird.
I'm allergic to peanuts. This is technically assault.
And sure enough,
this is murder. This is attempted murder.
And sure enough, I see this motherfucker, and I'm like, oh, that's him. Those jeans. That's him. Right?
That's the guy.
That's the guy. I'm like, oh my goodness.
There's Mr. 1996.
Basically.
Yeah, Rick, I'm with you. I don't see why Will Smith.
I mean, he's got that personality for a genie. Like, I could see it.
I could see it too. After I saw the Broadway play, then I could really see it. Because the actor for the Broadway play doesn't like hit like Will Smith beats, but like I could see like a big studio going like, you know what they did with that Broadway play, it'd be good for that Will Smith.
Yeah. And, he's now remember we had Robin Williams playing the genie as the animated version, right? Mm-hmm. So Will Smith is not as nuts and over the top as Robin Williams, but he's a notch down a little bit, and I could see him really rocking this shit. I could see him knocking this shit out.
Originally their idea was to just have Robin just verbatim have his voice again say this, but in Robin's will it states that within 10 years of his death, no one can use his genie voice, specifically his genie voice. I don't know if anybody knows this, but Robin has huge beef with Disney.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he had huge beef with Disney, and he did not like a lot of what he did with Disney for whatever reason, and he just did not want to give them the satisfaction of cashing in on him when he died. It is specifically in his will that anything he recorded for the genie cannot be used within 10 years of his death because he did not want them to get their hands on it again.
That's crazy. I wonder what his estate was like. I wonder. He had kids and shit, right? Yeah, right.
There's a huge battle going on with that the person he married does not want to give any money to the kids.
Oh, I hate when shit like that happens. That's so foul. That's so nuts. You married into the family. You're not real family, bitch. Sit down.
And you know what? You know what'll really blow your mind is that a lot of people don't know this. But Robin Williams, he's a Bay Area man. He's lived in San Francisco pretty much his entire career and life. He is known in the Bay Area and just in general as being an insane toy collector.
Yeah, that's true.
He has a crazy obsession with anime. There was actually many shops in San Francisco that he's known for, like all the most expensive toys he would buy. Like he was the man when it came to opening himself up to everything and just being a child at heart.
Yeah, Robin Williams was into the fucking hentai.
Of course. No shit. His favorite anime is Evangelion.
His favorite anime is Evangelion, and his daughter's name is Zelda.
That's it. This guy's a fucking weeb.
This guy, in heart quotations, wanted to live in Japan.
Yeah. Yo, some of the most aesthetic 90s, like, old-ass pictures you can find are Robin Williams in, like, Tokyo, and, like just looking at like figure shops. Like I don't know if you've ever seen those pictures.
Yeah, they're fucking amazing.
They're crazy, dude. It's just like this young ass Robin Williams, his round ass glasses, just looking like in awe at all these like old ass 90s import figures. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's shitty, man. When we lose somebody due to depression and shit, it wasn't wasn't like it was some random act or like he was sick. Like that shit's fucked up. All right, enough sad shit. What else we talking about?
Let's hop into WWE joints that just announced earlier.
Word. That was surprising to see that. I was pleasantly surprised and happy for the people that collect those shits. Like again, just admiring the art and the beauty and just seeing things progress and looking at wrestling figures for a long time and saying, yo, why don't they give these shits more articulation so they can really pull off some of these moves
Yeah,
and
so this
shit?
shit they do, exactly.
Super agile people.
Right.
You don't want these dudes looking like bricks.
So that shit makes perfect sense. And this is from Mattel, right?
Yep, Mattel Toy Store.
Absolutely.
All right, interesting. So yeah, we'll definitely have to delve deeper into that in a future episode. I mean, not that we're getting off topic, but you guys feel me.
Yeah, Rick, you're probably the heaviest in WWE out of all of us. Well, what are your thoughts, man?
This is dope. This is a long time coming. I understand why they did Ronda Rousey. But I would not have. I'm the champion for Ronda Rousey. You know how many arguments I had with David Walton about how I want Ronda Rousey in a superhero film? Like, I love Ronda Rousey, but I would have not went this route.
Shit, remember people was campaigning for her to be fucking Captain Marvel.
Yeah,
I was one of those people. I love Ronda Rousey, and I think she has the look. But now, obviously, I'm happy with what we got. But yeah, back to these figures. They look dope. I love the ab articulation is not just. I mean, they could have very easily have just kept the regular crunch.
Mm-hmm.
But they didn't. They went all out and just redid the whole thing. I don't think that it is any coincidence that David Vonner works for Mattel now for the WWE brand, and this is what we're getting.
Yeah.
Not a coincidence. It's not. This man goes wherever he goes, he's looking to bring shit to another level.
Yep. And I mean, I'm not like a Ronda Rousey stan or anything, but the figure looks fucking nice.
It looks crazy, dude.
It looks really nice, man.
Yeah, that Ultimate Warrior looks dope. I mean, for all the people that don't know, WWE like always randomly has figures with cloth. So that jacket is not like anything new in the sense that they wouldn't do that before, but it ties everything together. The fact that now we have a great figure with the cloth now, so it's looking like something.
It makes perfect sense. That's what we saw growing up as kids. They come out with their extravagant robes and different that, and they disrobe, and they got their crazy outfits, and that shit is great. Late '80s, early '90s shit, man.
This is dope. I mean, we got toe articulation down there. We got, oh my god,
double jointed knees and elbows.
Look at those knees and elbows on Ronda Rousey, which I'm sure is under the jacket for a Warrior.
Mm-hmm.
This is just dope. One of the most frustrating things about collecting WWE elites is the fact that, like, yeah, these dudes are super ripped, but they're super agile and they have to move really fast in the ring. Everything's choreographed. They have to be on point, and they're moving really well. They're never brick houses unless they're like insanely overweight cats. So the fact this is happening is it's fucking dope. We're gonna have to get clarification from someone, but somebody mentioned that they think that these are 12 inches.
I don't think so.
I really hope that's not the case, and it doesn't look like it to me.
It doesn't look like it to me either.
I have those acrylic stands right there.
Mm-hmm.
I know the thickness of those acrylic stands.
You literally work in acrylics.
Yeah, so based on those acrylic stands they're on, these look like they're just regular 12 scale. Or
that would be really disappointing if these turned out to be 12. And not that it's bad. I mean, they're still great looking figures, but nah, you owe the 6-inch collectors this.
Yeah.
Like, come on now, don't do that.
It's a long time coming.
Yeah, no question. So I know people like Amsberg and Matt Goldberg and Jay and a
Bob
bunch of
Joint
other Bob Joint. A bunch of people are happy about this, man. And I'd buy this Warrior. I'd buy Warrior.
Oh shit!
I might even buy Ronda Rousey just because.
I mean, a female character with this amount of articulation. It's
just because, right? Same reason why I got
Dana Phillips.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah.
It's the principle, man.
It's the principle, motherfucker. All right.
Principle of the deal, man.
So we got to see what happens here. Action Figure Attack. Shout out to you for breaking this story, I guess, because this was the first place I saw it from his account. So yeah, we're gonna definitely be able to delve deeper into this and actually get some insight on this. So I'm looking forward to that. Anything else we want to talk about?
I mean, I will say that I got into wrestling pretty heavy a couple of years ago. I want to say like 3 years ago. And in the total time I've been into wrestling, I've bought like 5 figures just because of the limits of articulation for all these figures. And this is potentially dangerous for me and my wallet if they if they're gonna be doing some of these great superstars with this range of movement. Like all I really have are the SH Figure Arts Rock and Stone Cold, and then I have Goldust and Stardust, and that's literally it. So, yeah, I'm stoked for these, man. Even now that I don't really watch wrestling as heavy as I did a year ago, I'm I'd be lying if I said I wasn't excited when I saw this pop up, in my feed, and I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, when you start to think of like, damn, dude, are we gonna get a classic Kane?
Yeah,
Like with the amount of articulation, are we
for
gonna
sure.
get a Rock? Are we gonna get an Austin? Like this is dope. A Macho Man,
Shout out to my wife who has a weird crush on Kane, so good for her.
really. Oh, shout out Becca, man. Where you at? That's the move right there. Hello, Becca. But weird, quick little side story. I once went into a taqueria, and I live like right before in California, right before you get to the big freeway that connects SoCal to NorCal, is like right at the town that I live at, right before it turns into nothingness. And I was at this taqueria, and Kane literally pulled up with like a bunch of other big ass dudes, and they were just motorcycle riding from SoCal wherever they were in WWE to the NorCal, and they were just at the taqueria, random.
Hell yeah, dude. Yeah,
He
like
loves
whenever
taquerias, and he's the mayor right now. So
that's it. Yeah, whenever these guys tour, they just stop it wherever the hell, whatever's open, and they just do it. Like whenever WWE came to Charleston, they went when my wife was working at Applebee's at the time, and they just went to her Applebee's, and she was just there serving them drinks because she was working the bar. It was pretty great.
big time Applebee's, hell yeah.
You can get in the neighborhood, right?
Yeah, this is dope. I can't wait to see more from this. I'm sure. What's the next con? It's gonna be the
Toy Fair, right?
Toy Fair.
Is
Yeah,
the next biggest thing.
yeah. I'm sure there's gonna be like probably like 3 more of these revealed at that point. Maybe 4.
Well,
That's
yeah,
gonna
well
be
they always have a big showing at Toy Fair. They rent out like a whole hall or whatever. So
yeah. Mattel is the big boys, man. That's they're big boys. They don't fuck around. So I can't wait, especially with wrestling. The kids just buy this shit up, man. It's the reason why there's like a million versions of John Cena is because kids are buying it. I mean, I kid you not. My brother just started getting into wrestling, and I had to go to like 5 different stores with him to try to find a John Cena. So
can't see him. So
yeah, can't see him. Couldn't see him that day. His time was not, in fact, now.
damn. All right. So the last thing on the docket is that 1,000 toys. Their show out at DesignerCon actually. So they had the actual Hellboy there. Looks like their working prototype. Then they had A.C.B.A. It. And they had who's this guy? Lobster Man?
Lobster fucking Johnson. What
Lobster
a
Johnson.
fucking gem, man. Look at him. What a badass. Dude, I
This is
kid
great.
you not. When I posted that I got the original Mezco Lobster Johnson, I had like 20 PMs of people trying to buy them from me. Like the Lobster Johnson, I don't know what it is, man. People just love him. I love him because my best friend is a huge fan, and he would always push his graphic novels on me.
Yeah.
I don't know why the fuck everybody else likes him so much. I like him. Not really a conventional way. Like, oh yeah, everybody has their best friend push fucking graphic novels. Like that's the reason I like him. I don't know why everybody else fucking seems to like this guy so much.
What's the deal with Lobster Johnson? I just see a lobster insignia on him. Is he a lobster? What's going on, Rick?
No. He's not a lobster. Contrary to popular first belief, he is not in fact a lobster. He worked that I'll work for BPRD, and he's much more old school though than Hellboy and the rest of the gang. He does like research into crimes and history and whatnot. It's damn. When I read them back in high school, I'm trying to word this right so somebody in the comments doesn't attack me. I'm trying to word it right. You got it confused, asshole. It's this way. Yeah, but and he's also very famous for coming back from death as a ghost.
Okay.
In the Hellboy universe, so like that's where they have that connection. Like, if there's not a clear toy of Lobster Johnson, you can't really have him in a picture with Hellboy. That doesn't really work.
All right.
Hellboy is a huge fan of Lobster Johnson. Like,
Whoa,
that's why you see the ghost. He's like a huge fan of like all of the detective work that he did back in the day.
Kind of a Batman Gray Ghost kind of vibe, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
It's like he's a super fanboy for Lobster Johnson.
Boom.
Yeah, and now and he had a whole group. He had a whole group of like government BPRD people that he had back in the day, and like he's most known for fighting that one guy that actually has a figure. Everybody just seems to know the big ape. You remember that big ape Mezco figure that they have from the Hellboy line at Freegraph?
Mm-hmm.
He comes with that head, Herman von Klempt, like a Nazi, like a higher up Nazi cat. Like, everybody seems to know the monkey, but the person that they actually fight is Herman von Klempt, that head guy.
Mm-hmm.
So like that's the old villain. Obviously, he was full bodied when he fought Lobster Johnson, but when he's up against Hellboy and the gang, he's just that floating head in a jar.
Butt ahead.
He is butt ahead. Herman von Klempt. Lobster Johnson died trying to take him down.
Oh shit.
Are we to assume that these will have some upper torso ab articulation at some point?
I fucking hope so.
Yeah.
That would be unfortunate.
If they don't, right? But this Hellboy is looking nice as fuck, though.
Yeah, definitive Hellboy right here.
And they fixed it. They fixed the knees that everybody's complaining about.
Oh, this is the same one that we saw teased a little while ago, but that looked more complete. Why are they showing this like this now? I'm confused.
I think they're retooling a bunch of stuff. I think that one that they showed was like it was painted up and stuff with its current articulation technology, but then once they started getting more feedback, they're like, oh fuck, I guess we got to go back to the drawing board, huh?
All of that time, even that first one that we saw some weeks, it already went up for pre-order, didn't it?
It did. It sure did.
That was 1,000 toys. The one that we saw that was all painted up, right?
Mm-hmm.
With the funky knees.
Yeah.
And that's this. Okay, all right. I was confused about that. I thought it was another Hellboy that we were about to get. Wow.
This is 1,000 toys, I believe. Yeah.
They went backwards. Okay. All right.
Yeah, and Lobster Johnson, by the way, he definitely has to have the pistols on deck.
Oh shit!
Everybody's wondering why this guy has guns and like everybody else is like a fucking water monster and Hellboy, and this guy's just got guns. It's just like his thing, you know. He's
a human.
Yeah, he's a human. It's back in the day, you know. He's known for like being a really good fighter. It's like just like you said earlier, very Gray Ghost vibes.
Okay.
He's known for being a fighter, and he has guns and whatnot.
Nice. Quick shout out to Cam for sharing these photos from DesignerCon. Cam Zabari from PMP. He's where I'm pulling all these pictures from. So.
Oh man, what a guy! Thanks, Cam. You're the man. Wow, Cam the man. That rhymes.
Cam the man. So this A.C.B.A is looking pretty promising too.
Oh yeah, that A.C.B.A looks really nice.
Damn. Like
yeah, and it looks like that vest is gonna come off too. You see the slit right there. So anybody that's just looking at it like, man, this vest, I don't know about this vest. Well, you should know about this vest now.
That's it.
Yeah, it looks nice. I honestly did not think this was gonna happen. So this is dope. Sick. I can't wait for more, man.
Damn, I cannot wait for more.
Can you?
That's it. Yeah, that's basically it for the docket. So I just realized JK just asked, did you guys stop doing What to Grind On already? Just curious. I've been lurking and studying for a minute now, just pretending for What to Grind On soon. Right now I think we're working on the best way to streamline our What to Grind On segments for the podcast, just so there's not like minutes of dead air of us just looking for it every time we're on air. So by next week, I'm sure we'll have a system ready.
Yeah, and sometimes and sometimes we just don't have time.
That's very true.
Even if we have images saved, yeah, sometimes we just don't have time. Like We just try to keep things condensed in a show. And when we do what to grind on, that's at least another hour. So sometimes we just fucking just cut it short.
Yeah.
I think this week is going to be one of those weeks, but it is not going to disappear.
Yeah, no doubt, integral. So don't sweat it. If you do want some what to grind on advice, obviously use the hashtag on the Facebook group. Also, you can like Brian Carter just said, yo, what a great plug, Brian Carter. The Discord server, the What to Grind On channel is always popping on the Discord server. A lot of people in the Discord are always at certain times. There's always going to be at least between 5 to 10 people on, and they'll help you out on your What to Grind On shots. And then I know a couple of people just wait till they're on, and they'll put in their 2 cents too. I do the same. Whenever I get a chance to get on the Discord, I'll do about like 5 or 6 shots as well. So yeah, if you guys haven't joined the Discord already, the links are in the description. The links are on screen right now. Join that. Instant feedback, super great.
And honestly, if you were going to tag something that you specifically want us to look at, honestly, the best time for you to do it Saturday before.
Yeah.
If we don't do a show on Sunday, that's very rare. I think we've only not done a show on a Sunday like once.
Yeah.
So for the most part, we're Sundays, Saturdays. Hashtag that what to grind on.
Yeah, that's basically it for the week. Unless there's anything you guys wanna add at the end.
Yeah, we'll give you guys in the chat like a good few minutes to think of something we missed. Like, oh man, you guys are morons. You forgot the thing.
You forgot the thing. Yeah,
you forgot to discuss the oh my god, the news.
Yeah, I guess you want to do wrap ups real quick.
Bug's
not even here. Oh shit, it's our show now.
Asking Poncho, I'm about to fork out some money for a camera. Do you have any suggestions?
Oh shit. Okay. Yeah. Yo, if you feel like you want to fork out, if you want to really spend the bread on a DSLR, there's a lot of options out there for you, man. I personally use a Canon 60D. I got it I got it pretty early, so it was pretty expensive, but now there's been a couple of lines since then, so the 60D is pretty inexpensive now. A lot of people shoot with Canon probably T3Is, T4Is now.
Yeah, the Rebel series is like really popular because it doesn't require an insane amount of work to work the camera, and it's still DSLR quality.
Exactly. Yeah, when it comes to picking up a DSLR, the more manual control you have, the better, I would say. Once you get to a certain price point of DSLRs or a certain model of DSLRs, so Rebels, Canon 60D, 70D, all that stuff, then you're pretty much in the sweet spot right there. And the best, I always say the best thing for those cameras is, you'll notice on the dials of those cameras, obviously the manual mode is your end game where you want to end up, but they also have priority modes. And I will say something for a lot of people that are just starting out with DSLRs who have gone from just point and shoots. Yeah, just like you're saying right now, JK, any camera suggestions? I would say for me, I personally like Canons, but this will go for any DSLR, just a regular tip for anybody just starting out with DSLRs. Manual mode can be really scary just because you don't know what any of these settings mean. I know when I first started shooting in manual, I didn't know what ISO meant. I didn't know what aperture, f-stop, or any of that stuff meant. The best thing to do is your camera will always have priority modes. So if you go into ISO priority or aperture priority or any of this stuff, your camera will choose those settings for you. And the best way to learn a manual setting is to set up a scene, get your camera set up, and then just start cycling through those priority modes and taking some shots, and then your camera will choose for you the best settings for that, and then take those settings that your camera suggests into manual mode, and then work from there. And that's how I learned. That's how a couple of my friends learned. That's just basically the best way to learn how to shoot manual with a DSLR.
You know, we're in the age of the internet. If you go on YouTube right now, there is probably not an exaggeration, like hundreds of thousands of videos on how to learn how to use a DSLR.
Yeah, the best thing to do is just find a YouTuber you like that does like that is just a camera, like photography specific channel. Just subscribe and like just watch all of their videos. Like whenever I did I did like an Ultra Instinct Goku shot like a month or so ago, and I was using dry ice and stuff like that, and I wanted to like freeze the dry ice and just try and get like God rays and stuff like that. And all I did was I just went on YouTube and I just searched like how to shoot fog in a studio, and even though those videos aren't about figure photography, the same principles can be applied to figure photography and ACBA. So that's it.
Good shit.
Yeah, we're waiting for you, Bug. I guess you want to wrap up.
Yeah, I got to get a dinner finished up here. I don't really have much going on. I'm trying to put up a video every day this week, though, and just to keep the channel going. But if you haven't checked out Main Course 102, please do. It's live. It's been on the channel for a little over a week now, hour-long episode, but we'll be putting up new content this week. Like I said, trying to put up something every day. Everybody who pre-ordered the foodie packs, they should be shipping to you this week, or you should be getting them this week. And I think that's all that I have going on, really. I got to start opening some of the shit that I got and just moving things around. And that's it. What you guys got going on?
Oh, real quick, somebody pointed out in chat. Do you guys want to talk about that Detective Pikachu trailer real quick?
Oh, yeah.
I was discussing it with my daughter to see if it was hot on the streets, and she said it looked pretty cool.
Yeah,
and I thought it looked pretty stupid, but all right.
There you go. I'll take. All right, so so when Pokemon became a phenomenon, where were you at with that? Was it just past your time,
it was a little past my time, but I was still watching it. I was just kind of watching it in passing, like it would come on early in the morning as I was getting ready for school or whatever. It was like, I knew that it was like I may have been a little too old to like really be like a super fan, but I watched them. I watched damn near every episode and whatever. Like it wasn't like, I don't know, I didn't hate it, I didn't love it. It was just kind of in between. It was just something to pass the time, and I was up on it. I knew what was happening, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But I was never really like a huge Pokemon fan. Again, it was just a little bit past my time. So
yeah, I can see that for sure, 100%. Rick, what do you think, man?
The trailer looked shockingly good.
Sure, yeah.
I did not expect for it to look that good, to be perfectly honest. It was really weird how this movie came along. It was like as soon as it got announced, you could look it up. They've said that they did, and that he was not interested because he had no idea who Pikachu was. So, everyone that hates them for not casting Danny DeVito, including myself, I'm mad that Danny DeVito isn't the voice. Hey, he didn't want to do it, so we got what we got.
I mean, come on, look at me. I'm saying it's past my time. Fucking Danny DeVito. He's like, what the fuck is Pokemon?
You know what it is? It's because the Japanese voice for Pikachu sounds like very gruffed and like
like a gumshoe detective kind of voice.
Like a gumshoe voice. So like you think Danny DeVito for some reason when you think of like a gruff
no
voice.
doubt. I could see that now.
I mean, what was the name of the guy that played the dude on Who Framed Roger Rabbit? Like he died. He would have been great if he did.
Oh yeah. Okay, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, like he would have.
I don't know his name. Let's look him up.
He was also Mario.
Oh yeah.
Yes, he was.
Mario. Yeah.
Mario.
What a rap sheet. The Roger Rabbit and then Mario.
Bob Hoskins. Yeah. Eddie Valiant.
He would have been dope for it too. Honestly, it is hard to watch Pikachu speak and not think about Deadpool.
Yes.
But the movie it looks so good. It looks so good. So I'm fighting through like waiting for him to say "fuck you" or like "suck my balls." Like I'm just trying to fight past that. I'm trying to fight past it. Because it visually it looks stunning. Yeah, I know that the fur looks a little weird. It's rendered too long. Definitely across every single character I think that has fur, it is rendered too long. But I mean, if Pokemon were real, this is how they'd fucking look, man. And that herd of Bulbasaur. I mean, how could what?
So good.
What?
Yeah, I'm with you. Like, I think the point this movie had to make was not selling the story of Detective Pikachu, but selling the universe of Pokemon and how natural everything just looked in this. Everything in this trailer was like this isn't just some like weird thing that the studio put together. You definitely get the vibes that almost everybody behind the making of this movie grew up loving this franchise, and the way they constructed this world and this universe, it doesn't feel like, oh, this is Earth, but guess what? Pokemon are real. It's like this is a world where Pokemon have been real forever. Like, and just ingrained into their society is just everything just centers around Pokemon. It's crazy. Like all the cafes are Pokemon themed, all the stores, gyms, like everything is Pokemon themed. Like it's crazy. Just like in the games and the anime and like the manga and stuff like that, the world that they build in like that universe, like they're just like obsessed with like these creatures, and it showed through the trailer. I think we were talking about it in PNP, but like the one part in the trailer that really sold me on this world and kind of got me like a little choke. Jesus, my Yamcha just fell over in my display. That like got me like kind of choked up was like when the main character goes into his room and he talks about like that detective was like, didn't you want to be a Pokemon trainer when you were young? And then like during that voiceover, he goes into his room and you see in his room like all of these like posters, basically like Super Bowl posters, but for Pokemon like champion matches, just like all over his room. And I'm like,
Hoenn region,
yeah,
and like all this is so sick.
it's crazy, dude. And I was all like, yo, this is nuts, man. They put so much like time and effort into just making this universe feel real. And like, I get the sentiment that Detective Pikachu is a weird starting point, but like you cannot start with Ash, Misty, and Brock, no matter how good the CGI is. Like if this was Ash, Misty, and Brock, like it wouldn't have worked that well. You got to start with like an offshoot like side story to prove that this universe works, and then from there you take the risk with more cemented characters. I could even argue that I would never even want to see a story like a Pokemon story with Ash, Misty, and Brock in live action.
Oh, please, no, thank you.
Yeah,
no, thank you.
just leave it alone. Just like just work with the universe. There's so many great Pokemon stories that exist in the mythos that don't, revolve around Ash or Misty or Satoshi or like any of these guys. So like, I mean, yeah, like
honestly, if they were gonna tackle that, they wanted one main hero to build this franchise on that isn't obviously from this Detective Pikachu movie, and they wanted to just have a flagship trainer. I think if they did anybody besides Red, it would be a mistake.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, like
he's somebody that you can build on, and the populace is not going to be upset. I think no matter what they do to Ash, no matter who they cast, it's just gonna feel wrong. It's just not gonna feel right. I don't know.
Exactly. Yeah. So I mean, all in all, I think this trailer did exactly what it set out to do. It sold people on this world and everything, and yeah, man, I literally can't wait to say it. Same thing with you, Rick. Like when it first came out, the length of the fur got to me, but I mean, honestly, I don't even care anymore, man. It's fine.
It goes away so fast. The first time I saw it, I was like, "Oh my god, this fur is too long." And then I watched the trailer a second time, and I thought to myself, "Man, fuck this! It looks so good."
Yeah, exactly.
And I mean, it wasn't in the video, but have you seen the picture of Snubble?
Yes.
Oh my,
Yeah.
oh my god, that's Snubble.
So
Jesus.
good. So good. But yeah, that's basically it. Do you have a Switch, Rick, or no?
Yeah, I have a Switch.
Did you get Pokemon Let's Go?
Yeah, I fucking ordered from Amazon though, so I have to wait until Monday for the ball version to come in. I didn't want to get them separately, so.
That's it. I will say one thing about Pokemon Go before we do wrap up stuff. Like, much like everybody else, I really loathed and hated that Pokemon Go catch mechanic when I first heard about it at E3. Like, I was like, yo, you can't battle wild Pokemon? Like, yeah, I want a box with wild Pokemon. What are you doing? This is stupid. But, like, dude, within the first 30 minutes, you don't even miss it anymore. It's such a, you could argue it's such a streamlined version of gaining XP that it's arguably better, because like after the first like couple of hours of playing Pokemon, or even within the first hour after you out level wild Pokemon, fighting wild Pokemon just becomes a one button press to like just gain XP. Like it's never like a struggle battling wild Pokemon. If you're like naturally progressing through the game, it's always just one shots. And the only real benefit to that is like EV training and stuff like that. But they subsidize that EV training system with another system where you send Pokemon that you catch to Professor Oak. So like everything is still there, and it's arguably just as good, if not better, and it's more streamlined. And like Pokemon that would put up a fight, like legendaries, you still get to fight them too. So it's really good, man. And just like this trailer, seeing like stuff from our childhood like realized in today's technology, seeing like the Kanto region in Pokemon Let's Go, like in this new 3D engine, is like, it's crazy. It's so good. I can't I can't believe I doubted this game so much. I love it.
Yeah, my brother's playing the version without the Poke Plus and the ball, and he's loving it. He's like, man, can't believe you don't have the game yet. I was like, dude, I have to wait until Monday. I'm not gonna fucking buy just a copy at the store right now just to have it. Get out of here.
Very true. Chopman asked if there's online battling. Yep, I did it, and I beat this kid's ass this morning named Jacob. Shout out to you.
Woo!
Well, I don't know. I'm definitely going to have to see this because, yeah, my daughter's going to want to see it.
That's it. Yeah, we'll do it. All right. So, yeah, wrapping up, Boog, what were you saying?
Yeah, that's pretty much it that I got going on. Just trying to shoot this week. We got Thanksgiving coming up this week, so I know a lot of people are going to be off and, seeing family and doing the family thing. So be safe out there, drink responsibly. I don't know for certain that we'll have something going on Sunday, but it's possible. We'll see what happens. We'll see where everybody is with their family festivities and whatnot. And if we don't speak to you guys this coming Sunday, if we don't have a show, then like I said, enjoy your time with your family, and then don't drink and drive or do anything crazy, man. So you'll meet up with us back in the next episode because it's going to be a special one. All right, what you guys got going on?
Rick, what's good?
I'm about to paint the fuck out of these trees this week.
Have it.
Glittery fucking Target trees. They're about to get painted the fuck up. Trying to get back in the swing of things. It's happening. It's happening.
Slowly but surely.
Slowly but surely, it's going down. Meet me at the mall.
That's it. Meet me at the club.
Down. What about you, Pancho? What's the business?
Oh shit. I'm knee deep in these Aura orders, man. It's crazy. Every week I think I'm gonna close orders. More people order, so shit.
I mean, that money's rolling in. You're like, man, maybe I could work a little bit.
That's it. Yeah. So if you guys have, my main thing right now is these awesome acrylic auras. If you haven't seen them, you can see the ad on the ACBA Instagram page or on my Instagram page. All of our stuff is on the bottom now. I put all of our tags at the bottom of this wrap up screen. But yeah, these everybody's really liking them. A couple of guys in the community have gotten their hands on it. A couple of guys have done videos on it and displays on it. So yeah, I'm super humbled to see everybody be using these in their displays and getting their mileage out of them. If you have ordered, I put a disclaimer up on my Instagram. Just add 1 week to your order time that I gave you earlier, just because this last week at work was just super taxing and I didn't get a chance to work on them. this week at all. But yeah, like I said on my Instagram thing, hopefully the amount of love and stuff I put into this is worth your patience. That's it. That's basically what I got going on. As always, you can check me out on Instagram. My things are right up here. It's at Poncheesy. Yo, Boog, you've been calling me Pancheesy for so long. I start calling myself Pancheesy. But
You know what it is? It's me, your boy Pancheesy.
Leave it up to the black guy to mispronounce your name.
But yeah, just follow me there. I'm always posting on my stories. I've been cooking up something special for Posing Ain't Easy, so hopefully that'll be coming out soon. But yeah, that's it for me. As Fabio's not here anymore, but you can always catch him. They call him Colonel Crackers.
Sipping mimosa, son.
That's it.
Fucked up with his friend at the house.
That's it. Shout out to Fob. Shout out to Kenji. But yeah, Fabio, you can always check out his love for NECA and all things NECA on his Instagram. You can head over to his local Target and talk to him. I'm sure he's in the ambassador. And
he'll be at the NECA section for hours on end.
That's it. Just taking your questions, fixing up the racks, doing it all. He also runs the subreddit, the ACBA subreddit. The link's in the description as well. Join that too. And while you're out there, if you want more ACBA social media goodness, check out the Discord, check out the Instagram, do it all.
All right. Thanks for hanging out. As always, rate, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, peace.